I don't know what's going on. I don't know why YouTube does this. I was like, I opened the screen and I was kind of fiddling around with it, and then I walked away. But then people start appearing in the chat. It's not starting in 7 hours. It's starting right now. I don't. YouTube is weird, man. YouTube is weird. Let's make sure our mods are turned off actually real quick. What crazy conspiracies are we going to discuss tonight? There is only one conspiracy. Epstein didn't kill himself. Hey Annie. Hey Lemmer Lepke Emmanuel Jimenez. How's it going, buddy? Heather Blakely. Good to see you too. Sven Koting. What victory are we going for, and how did Catherine go? We won, Catherine. Viz Ruft. Hello, stinky fart. Christian Gonzalez. Name your first city. T-Series XD? Sure thing. Energetic Akita. So what's happening? Surprise start. I know. Viz Ruft. The Gabumpra at the Jet. Michael Pork. Ooh, not the best save, huh? It's not even a conspiracy, that's a fact. Maybe he's still alive. John Shaw. Ironside. William Cook. Alexander Castro Pay is gone. Animal rights activists are illegal. That's an interesting name. The Peruvian llamas control the Australian emus. That's a fact, not a conspiracy theory. Owen Fitzism. Hey, Owen. Good to see you, buddy. Congo Red Jr. You look familiar. Mad Mardigan. Caleb Brewster. What expansion do you expand except for Rise and Fall? Both? What? I don't understand the question. They're both good. Jose Meza, how's it going, buddy? Scott Ryanford, having to catch the stream at the start. Jabba the Hutt, Nemod, 70 Sven Cutting again. Good at family name, feels bad. Did I say it wrong? Coating? Is it Cooting? Coating? Cooting? Maraven Rocks. Mr. Avon Rocks. Are you going to go Domination this time? Would love to see this. Gustav Åkesson Johansson. Domination. Probably Domination will be the way to go. Will you stream every day? I can watch you till I fall asleep. I'll try to stream as much as I can. Jack Wilson, Animal Royalty, Religious Victory. What up, Tater? Love of the vids that streams you've been putting on. Do you ever stream on Twitch? We stopped streaming on Twitch. We used to stream on Twitch. Hey! Potato is back. That's right. Ahmed Ben Khiran. I was going to work on my thesis, but Potato is streaming. Good to see you, Ahmed. Sven Koting. It's German and people have problems with umlauten. Koting? Isn't norm like if that was English it would be Kotting. But isn't it OE so it would be Koting? Sven Koting? Koting? No, I thought it was Swedish. Caleb Brewster. I think Domination might be okay. Well, Domination I think is really what Chandragupta does well because he has the territorial expansion that gives him +2 movement and +5 combat strength for the first turn after declaring it war of territorial expansion. If going Domination, can you do a lakes map? Pangea without ocean could be cool for your elephants. Sure, let's do a lakes map. I like that idea. Lakes map, go. And we'll max out city states too, just for funsies. I'm only going to do six players because I don't like things. We'll do no disasters. Diplomat victory never made it seem boring to me. What do you think? I think it's boring, personally. Did you take a trip somewhere? Hope you enjoyed your time off. I did not take a trip. TR, hello, Potato Christine, and good evening, chat. Hello, TR. All right, I get to learn more about how to get to deity by watching. Lakes for the Netherlands will be really awesome. I actually really like that idea. We might do Lakes for the Netherlands, although she's really far down the list. All right, Chandragupta. We're going to be playing on a lakes map that is small with normal resources. We'll do normal world age, normal start position, normal temperature. We'll do wet rainfall and high sea level. Maybe that'll give us more lakes. Then we'll play on deity. Almost played on prince by accident there. Everything else will be just fine. Yeah, the Netherlands is like way last, so it'll be a while before we do that one. Settle your first city on the baddest place you see. That sounds really bad. Did YouTube ever get back to you about gifting Spuddyship? YouTube, I haven't had the meeting with the YouTube rep yet, but I will have that meeting and we will talk about that thing. This looks all fine. Let's go ahead and get started. No disasters. I know, I'm just trying out different settings. Beat my first DD game last week in no small part thanks to your vids. Thank you so much, Lume. Good to hear from you. How quickly can you win a Prince game? Probably pretty quick. Disasters. We always play with disaster level 4, so let's play with 0. When we play the game for like and because you're on an island, something only to realize the enemy are Prince. I know. It's happened to me once or twice. It is no es bueno, mi amigo.
Chandragupta.
I hope I'm saying that right. No es bueno, mi amigo. At this point, is Lime's meme, or is it just a sore spot? I don't know, it's just a meme. I got annoyed in that one particular instance because it was the only topic of conversation. I accidentally started the game on Prince a couple of days ago, didn't figure it out for like 50 turns until I realized I hadn't been bum rushed by anyone yet. Hey man, what civilization do you recommend for beginners? Rome is really easy to play. Are there still volcanoes, just no eruptions? I think so. Interesting bug, Challenger plus 5 does not work, only plus 2 movement work. Interesting, we'll have to try that out. If you play Sweden, you can win Prince in like 170 turns. Just what you need for freezing night, save stream, and Bailey's coffee. And no pointed apps. Damn, this is a very interesting start location. So, kind of bad that I turned off flooding, because this would have been a great floodplain area. But we could do the big meme. This is like a perfect industrial cities thing. Problem is we can't settle on this tile or this tile, and that's where we need to settle. So the city would have to be moved off. Let's think about what tiles we're going to work. I think I'm going to move onto the rice and settle the rice. That way I preserve this 2-2 tile, and I get +1 food from the rice in my capital city center, like this, right? This works better for me. Preserve the mountain, or the hill rather. Now, in terms of our opening strategy is going to be getting a fairly small army. Do I want to go for a scout? I think a scout is going to be a right move here. You could make an argument for a slinger. You could definitely make the argument for a slinger here. The scout would let me get my settler out 1 turn sooner if I went for a scout instead. But the slinger, I think, is just better in the early game. Can we have yields on, please? Yeah, I turned them on, don't worry. So, opening strategy is definitely going to involve getting to the Varu fairly early, which means we're probably going to go some form of animal husbandry early, so we'll get to work on that. I might go into riding. We have good campus locations, but we probably want to put a campus right here. It's looking like a good spot for one. Early science push, Farmville map. Do I sound muffled? Hold on. For one. Early science push, Farmville map. Do I sound muffled? Hold on. Do I still sound muffled? Early science push, farm. Do I still sound muffled? That's a bit weird. I'm like really close to my microphone. Sound muffled? That's a bit weird. I shouldn't sound muffled. Is that like a thing? Alright, whatever. I'll boost the microphone volume just a scooch. Alright, so we chose a bad path to explore. It's not the end of the world. Happy to have a potato stream on my birthday. And happy birthday, International Men's Day. Sounds fine. Make an industrial zone complex. I think the problem is there's a lot of these sugar tiles around, so making the industrial zone complex is going to be difficult in this area. So I don't think that's going to actually happen. It's a really bad scouting path that I took here. This is absolutely atrocious in terms of scouting path. Oh, we did find Zanzibar, and we were the first to meet Zanzibar, which is really good because that's +4 gold per turn now. We might be able to scooch down through their territory. What map are you playing? I'm playing on a lakes map. Now let's have a quick look at Zanzibar. They want a trade route, which is actually something we can do. I need you guys to get out of my way, please. I need to get down through here. There's no way I'm scouting back up this way. Grab ourselves an opening settler since we're not under threat. I see no enemies nearby. Want to scout as much as possible. Want to get through here. I need these guys to get off one of these tiles.
If there are no dogs in
There's animal husbandry, and we also found Granada. We were not the first to find Granada, and they want a great merchant. So let's swing back this way now. Is ever a good play to build a great bath? Because yeah, it's an okay play. I just don't think it's worth it, in my opinion, in most of my games. So did we find a pasture tile? We did not, because if we find a pasture tile, then we can push to horseback riding without getting riding. But I'm going to head to riding as a sort of potential necessity. Do a bit of exploration because we have not found a pasture tile. What is that? An Alcazar. Very cool. There is Canada. Now, Canada is interesting because we can't declare surprise wars. But once we have the military training card, we can declare a war of territorial expansion. So we are going to want early stuff here. I'm not going to send him a delegation. I am going to come in here. We've got 3 population in the capital. Let's buy that deer. Oh, the horses are here. Okay, well actually that kind of changes things a little bit. No, it doesn't really change much. It just means we're going to want to save this gold for an early builder. I could buy this tile. It would be better than the tile that we are working by +1 production, so I will. +1 production is worth it.
It is not wisdom.
So Canada isn't a very aggressive civ in the early game, so I'm not under a lot of pressure. We will just go ahead and take Discipline and God King, so I don't need the extra production to make sure that I'm safe. I do want that early trader. Want to have a little... Oh, okay, that's what I was really worried about. I was about to say, I haven't seen a barbarian encampment, and that's making me worried. Can you get out of the way? God damn it. Horrible civ to be next to in a domination game? I don't think so. I think we'll be able to take him on pretty easily because we're Chandragupta. Now the hard part is finding a place for our campus, and I think this is the new location right there. A lot of horses down here, which is good. There is pottery. I need this stuff to go away. To work on writing. I'm going to settle the gems, I think.
Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Hey, Thomas Sand.
Love your vids. Been playing since CIV2.
Thomas Sand, thank you so much for the 22 Norwegian kroners, or whatever they are called. I don't know. I think that's Norwegian money. I kind of want to settle the gems. It's not ideal, but the problem is I have these scouts in the way, so I'm going to get myself another slinger. I'm going to settle the gems. My warrior got kind of caught. Ideally, my warrior would be a little bit closer to my capital, but I just got really bad terrain to walk through. So the scout came from this direction, so I want to get around the scout and push him the other way, if I can. I exaggerate, but there's always a civ that gets tricks. My cities at turn 100, mostly city-state conquest. Settle 1 tile above the gems. So I want to settle on the gems to sell them. To Canada for money. Because then I'll be able to use that money to purchase a builder. go for another slinger. Just getting some early slingers here to be able to get rid of barbs. Then I'm going to take these gems. I'm going to talk to Canada, say, hey, what's going on? He'll give me 4 gold and 6 gold. Nice one. That'll get me closer to purchasing a builder. I heard a barb camp appeared. There's a barbarian. Alrighty. See if I can push this scout away. Throw an attack at him. See if he'll run this way to the south. That's what I was hoping. We get our 3rd settler. 2nd settler, rather.
Writing is easy.
So he'll likely try to cross the river, and then the warrior will get him, or a slinger will get him. So I think he's dead, and we will get the boost for archery, which will push us towards horseback riding, like we're hoping for. Okay, he forward settled me, which is annoying. Because I was planning on settling down here, but that's just going to mean I have to kill him. You must name a city, James. This can be James. Okay, we found another barb camp. I'm going to scout up this way to the north. He settled like perfectly to kind of cockblock this area, which is very annoying because it's like a super cockblock with this city-state stuff going on too. It's like the perfect block. Attack there. And this way. I'm hoping this guy steps out to come fight me. Take a moment to heal. Got the kill on that slinger. We only need 1 more kill to get the boost for ironworking, which is definitely a boost that we want. This city is going to work on the campus, I think. It's a 17-turn campus, which is really good. Let's go ahead and purchase that builder now. We can improve the diamonds once we have mining. Let's grab mining first. Throw a sling, you kill. Beautiful, clear the barb camp. Happy days, looking good so far. I want to put a farm on a rice tile because that'll get me the boost for irrigation, which gives me my plantations on my stepwell. We are going to want to go for holy sites at some point this game, maybe. Not fully decided upon that. And we don't really want to be going to war until maybe military training, so we're going to be kind of playing a kind of passive early game, building up military infrastructure.
Lives by exchanging.
There's foreign trade. We can buy ourselves a trader now. We'll be looking to trade with Zanzibar. Take the battle cry promotion. Keep exploring. Now name is city Jamestown. Sure. Potato, one doubt I had from your video about the district. Do you get the 40% on your first district? No. You do not. Settler city next to the marble. I was thinking more here. This would get me more loyalty pressure and sort of secure this line, which is what I want to do. I want to push him this way while I expand out this way to the east. So there is foreign trade. We're going to swing back up for state workforce. So there's our first tile improvement. We'd like to get this mine online as well. And then we want to improve this quarry. Or, no, you know what? We want to improve the horses. So we'll save up for the buying of the horse tile. You take a moment to heal. So now we trade with Zanzibar. That'll get me an envoy as well as boosting currency. I lost my connection to chat. What? Hello? Can you guys hear me? Can I hear you? Bandar Brunei. I was not the first to meet Bandar Brunei. They want a boost for mysticism. I will get that soon. Hello, yeah, I can see you guys now. That's weird.
When you find yourself in
There's mining. Put a mine down there. I have another copy of gems to sell should I meet another player. Alrighty. Let's kind of take a moment there. I want my monument soon. I'm going to cross the river. So they have river defense and he should still chase. And then I'm going to come up and get these horses online. Why the switch from YouTube to Twitch? I've explained this a few times actually. A few different times about why I made the switch. And it's really just to do with having all my content on one place so people have an easier time finding me and engaging with my content. Let's pick up bronze working. That's going to be an important district for us. You head up there. We will, of course, buy that because we won't get it otherwise. It's another resource we can sell to the AI. Let's come this way and have a look and see if any more settlers are coming from Canada. Canada's not a fan of me, but he hasn't denounced me, so he can't declare war on me. So I have plenty of warning. There's quite a few pastures here in my empire. There's also quite a few quarries. Let's see. Pantheon. Quarry first. I disagree. Because we want the boost for horseback riding to get our Varu early to kill Canada. So... see, oh, free settler, absolutely. There's absolutely no competition there in a domination game. Which is the current plan. Now, how we navigate through that domination plan is going to be an interesting endeavor. There's another barb camp up here. So I'm settling here purely for loyalty and defensive reasons to be able to, and also to have loyalty when I actually attack Canada. So that's kind of the logic here. I'm doing a bit of exploration. Nice, found my very first tribal village, I believe. Been very light on those this game. Pop in a pasture. We can change our government next turn. There's craftsmanship boosted. That all synced up very nicely. And now we have some really great stuff happening. We probably don't need to work this much food. Realistically, I would rather grow 2 turns slower and have the extra 2 production. Hey, Matthias de Grand, thank you so much for becoming a member of the YouTube channel, dude. I really appreciate that. Our campus is being worked on. We have another settler coming. Very good. I want my monument after this because I need to get to military training as soon as possible. Wonder what this guy will do. He might attack me. There's craftsmanship. We can change out God King for production. We're going to take the attack. He'll be attacking across the river, and we have a defense. We have a promotion available. I want to keep an eye on Canada with one of my units. The rest of this stuff doesn't really matter that much. Now we're going to pick up state workforce because we're only a few turns from finishing the campus, which will boost state workforce, and then we can get our government plaza online. We will probably build an encampment here in Jamestown. So I'm going to take a swing. Okay, he stole that thing. Let's go ahead and fall back to here. Settle here in Delhi. Definitely raise Halifax, yeah. Nah, I don't think there's any need to raise in a domination game. No need to raise in a domination game, in my opinion. We're going to go straight monument in this city because we want to get as much culture out as possible now. Now that's a priority for us. Let's have a peek at him. His army is pretty weak. We should be able to hit it with Varus in a well-timed attack. They probably won't attack here. They'll retreat, which gives me an opportunity to cross the river safely and then look for kills. Okay, another settler. This one I would like to send down here to secure this area so he doesn't feel like expanding this way. Alternatively...
Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash
How many settlements do you usually get in a domination game? It depends on the civ I'm playing and the current state of the game. Right now, I'm going for a more settler-heavy strategy. Owen Comerford, thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel, dude. I really appreciate it. Potato, when you're taking Canadian city, can you name it Chandragupta? Sure. You'd have to remind me when I do that. Delhi is not a good name. Name the city Jamesopolis. All right, sounds good to me. So in terms of where I want to settle this city, there's a few considerations. We're looking for strategics and we're looking for luxuries. So the only one I see over here is Marble. Marble is already in range of Jamesopolis. I could potentially settle on this rice here, or I could settle near here. I could also just settle up towards the desert to get a pyramids, which I'm actually liking the pyramids play quite a lot right here. I could settle on this tile, get a pyramids, or perhaps even better is I could settle here and get a pyramids. Now this does kind of close off a lot of these cities. Or, like someone suggested, I could get more horses to sell, but I'll probably be using them myself mostly. So I'm kind of tempted with this spot right here. I think 4 cities is probably good until we have our government set up. And so I'm really thinking that rice, but my problem is I'm going into a dark age, so this loyalty is going to be even worse. And I would like to reinforce Jamesopolis' loyalty. So I'm thinking this is just like a good city location because there's a lot of forest and a lot of like 2-1 tiles, which are 3 yield, which are like good baseline tiles for a city to work on. Let's go ahead and kill that. We might be able to get a barb camp up here too if we can. I would like that. Exploration is happening. Okay, he hasn't denounced me, so I'm under no threat yet. Swing him once. Why not wait till iron is revealed? If there is iron revealed and this guy is in position and shifting slightly will work. I did think about that, but it's just not a huge priority for me because iron isn't going to be what I'm using to go to war. I'm going to be using horsemen and Varu to go to war. So iron just isn't a priority for me at this current moment in time. Alright, so there is the barb camp. Going to stand right here. You're providing scouting information. So it looks like he settled west. Okay, there's bronze working. You need to run away. You're taking too much damage. I want to bait this spearman over here. Make a dedication. We will go, of course, take free inquiry. And did we find iron? I do not see iron at all. This makes me want to settle here to grab those horses. Don't see iron. There's iron there and there. Might kill those city-states later. So I'm just going to settle in place. Work on monuments. Clear that. There's the Sahara El Beta. Knowledge of astrology is boosted. Looks like there's not a whole lot of religion pressure this game, so we could do that. But now we're going to work on horseback riding. The capital is going to get to work on an encampment here. This encampment is going to go right there. In 2 turns. There's the Congo. Honor to meet you. +3 era score. Lovely. Monument in here. Any tiles I can swap to help this city out production wise? I could buy a tile. I could purchase a builder. See, in terms of tile improvements, can I make a significant improvement to my empire with builders? Let's see. Not really. I could chop and do things in there. Jamesden. If you read this, you have to name a city James in your game. I've already named a city James. Potato do James Nagar. That sounds... No. James City. We already have a Jamestown. Do we need a James City? Alright, so there's the Congo to the west. So this gives me more information about my expansion and stuff like that I have planned. State workforce is in 3 turns. We will build the government plaza after this. Science-wise, I'm a little bit behind right now, but that's okay. The Varro doesn't take anything. And we'll probably just, like, once we finish this, we'll take the volley promotion. That'll heal this guy back up. He'll attack again, and then we should be able to kill him if he attacks again. I'm going to refuse this deal because I plan to go to war with him very soon. I don't want to give him horses because that'll make him have an easier time defending. There's state workforce. Beautiful. We attack there. Now he can't attack us without dying. Perfect. Choose our next civic. Early empire into political philosophy into military training. They want me to research the construction technology. That's going to require like wheel into quarry into watermill, which is kind of a difficult thing to pull off, but I will try it. So I'm going to want to get a builder to improve a quarry. So I'll do that over here. Will you go to the Ancestral Hall or War Throne? War Throne for sure. There's Masonry boosted, so we can go for Masonry. I'll probably go wheel into construction. We might be able to get this in time. Maybe not. It's going to be very up in the air. So the reason I'm exploring with these military units is because I'm not under threat. My only neighbor is Canada, and Canada is not an aggressive civ, so I can just sim city until I have a relatively large advantage. I am going to want to attack him early. Let's do that. I'll take that deal. Now, I can get a governor title, so that's something we should consider. We're about to get our second governor title, and we want to have them established. I think I'm going to take Pingala here and establish him in James, because that's where my campus is. It's going to help me out a lot. I really would like to pick up irrigation, so I'll go irrigation, wheel, masonry, construction. We got this online. I could chop. Government Plaza on this tile. I would buy this. Government Plaza on this tile. Go there and chomp that. Okay, so a warrior came out of the woodwork. Let's not mess around with that. Ah, I know what we'll call this city. Jamesabad. There's the encampment. So now we could go for the stable, but I think it's time we started producing Varu. Actually, I want to pick up military tradition first, so I've got 5 turns before it's efficient to produce Varu. Let's take those 5 turns and do what with them? Ideally build a government plaza. So what I'll do is I will sink turns into a stable. Then, oh, I could have saved money by buying this in the right city. Then we'll go here, we'll chop out the stable and then build the government plaza in my capital. I'm going to start bringing my slingers home now because we're getting close to when we want to go to war. Now your job is to build up financial infrastructure. And so that involves going for things like builders. If I build builders, it means I don't have to purchase them. Oh man, that's like a long walk to get that. It's not worth it.
Thousands have lived without love.
Okay, there's that. We can build this if we want to get a golden age. So now I'd like to get a road down to Toronto. If I have a road to Toronto, then I can more easily engage in warfare. We'll harvest this. That'll finish the stable a little bit sooner. More importantly, I can place the government plaza, get that underway. And then in 2 turns, I guess we'll do something like this. Maybe I'll harvest, maybe I'll chop a woods in here. I'll harvest the deer to finish this a little bit quicker. Tell you what we'll do. Stable first. This. Okay, looking good. For a variety, next city to be named Joetown. Ugh, who would name a city after Joe? What's wrong with you? Okay, we got our monument in James, which gives us a lot of culture. I'd like the campus to try to stay competitive in terms of science. I'm a little bit behind in science, so getting that online is good. We will be... Get out of my way, please. Please. Okay, kind of out of my way, but not really. Military training, we'll swap in the Manwaver card, as I like to call it. We could plug in Strategos. Congo is going for a lot of great general points right now. We're going to harvest the deer because we want to finish that. And then I want to purchase another builder. And I'm going to harvest... We want to keep that lumber mill, but I'll harvest this forest because I can put a mine on it. Name one of your cities, Jim. There's Early Empire. Normally I would plug in the settler card, but I don't need it right now because we're looking for other things. I'm going to put 1 turn into a builder in here, and then we'll switch to the watermill. We're going to promote Pingala with science. We use Pingala to make sure we're not too far behind the AI in terms of science. And then we're making 18 with the completion of the library. That'll be 20, probably about 21, 22. And then we're kind of like really, really on par. Once we finish the government plaza, we'll give him the culture boost, which will mean we're now on par with the AI and science. We're a little bit behind in terms of science, but I think our infrastructure is starting to look really good. Once we have construction, I don't know if I'm going to get it in time for it to matter here, and I really amn't. So since I'm not going to get construction in time for it to matter, what we'll do is we'll go for the wheel into currency. And by getting currency, that'll give us the ability to generate gold that we need to fuel our army. I need to get you home somehow. So in here, we're going to be building the watermill purely for the tech boost. We'll cancel that builder. He's got another settler. Oh God, please. Canada, talk to me. Hey, what's up? You know those open borders that you like? Yeah, this is why we don't have open borders, kids. Right. Wherever that settler goes, I'm going to steal it. I can't declare a surprise war. Because I need to get to this technology to declare my war. No, I was going to try and steal it. Oh well, rip. Not the end of the world. Okay. Now is the time to start producing Varu. We're also going to purchase a builder in here. So I want to get a couple of these rice tiles online. Sugar tiles, rather. You're going to become an archer. You're going to become an archer. You're going to become an archer too, but I need these guys to go away. Make sure to denounce first. I will. When I'm closer to getting ready to declare war.
Potatoes.
You can see now we're holding our own in terms of science. Let's go ahead and promote Pingala. Now we should be holding our own in terms of culture as well. All right, now we're on par with the AI in terms of culture and science on a 4-city build. We'll improve this plantation, chop this out, go for the war throne. And then we're looking really, really nice. Charles Johnson, thank you for becoming a member of the channel, dude. Assuming you live in the UK, I don't live in the UK. I live in Ireland, which is not a part of the UK. +1 era score. There is currency, and there is political philosophy. We are going to go ahead and take autocracy here because of the +1 yield, and it also is a really nice because we can plug in Strategos, and we can plug in could do conscription, could plug in a GOG, just whatever it's called, so that I can build other military units sooner. I've got another builder finishing in here. They will always be a part of the UK. Cool. Guess what? I have the power here, Britain. Filthy Brits. All right. All right, what's next? So we have this. The follow-up will be knights, so that means we want iron. We have iron. Where am I getting iron from? From a city-state. So the follow-up to the Varu is the tank. So what's our follow-up to this? It'll probably be coursers. So coursers are over here in castles. So that's going to involve going through masonry into construction. Place that plantation, sell it to the Congo. You give me gold. Did I ever sell you this yet? I did. Canada. Let's get a little bit of gold out of Canada before we declare war on them. God, I need you to move. Remember, he did bring up the gospel no deal. He really does have the power. What country of Europe you know nothing about? You have iron above James. It's all the way out of range, though. There is the builder. Varu. I think 3 Varu will be sort of when... Well, the real trigger pull will be when we finish military training. So, let's go ahead and denounce him now. So I could chop here to get this Varu sooner, and then put a mine there, and then improve that pasture, like that. New Canadian city, far right, that's fine. We'll kill him, don't you worry.
Each of us is carving us.
Run away. Become an archer. Is 1:30 EST a typical start time? Nope. Just kind of whenever I feel like it. Refuse his demands. So we'll get a Varu in here as well. Put a mine on that tile. Got ourselves a little army. We're gonna wait one turn to harvest here. You come this way. Excellent. So the Varu finishes. How close are we to a great general? This is a classical era great general. It's what I really, really want. So tell me what you want. Okay. We're going to get to work on the Warlord's Throne. We're going to harvest it out to shave 2 turns off of it. Then we'll put a mine there. That'll give me the boost for industrialization. Then I'm going to come here. I'm going to place that pasture. We are almost ready to actually begin the war in earnest. A little bit of a... This is a very slow start, I will say, in terms of actually getting into war. But it has a big advantage doing it this way because our war infrastructure is really, really strong. You can see we're on par with the AI in terms of science, gold, and technology and all that sort of good stuff. There's a boost for apprenticeship. Yeah, but yeah, I've lived in Ireland for 2 years, and to be honest, the culture is almost identical. You lads can banter and everyone. Yeah, I know. Like the people are more or less the same, but They are different countries. Do you ever lose the deity in the endgame? Very, very rarely. Why is Pingala nice to take early? Because Pingala, right now, with these 3 promotions, is providing me in this city with 13.8 science and 9 culture. Compare that to my capital. It's making 6.8 and 7.4. Compare that to over here, 1.2, 3.2, right? So this is just a lot of early science and culture that lets you keep on par with the AI without massively having to expand your empire. This allows me to do a very aggressive 4-city play. Jamesland is the new name of Halifax. We'll think about it. So this catapult being inside the city is a bit of a pain in the ass, but I'm probably declaring the war in 2 turns. Like, we know that. We know I'm declaring the war in 2 turns because that's when I get military training, and that's when Chandragupta unlocks his unique casus belli. Belly. So, in terms of advancing our empire, the next thing we need is to start taking care of our gold income, and that's going to involve the commercial hub. So in this city, I'm going to work on a commercial hub right there. You guys just hang on. He wants to buy horses. I won't be at war with him for a while, so I'm okay with selling him horses. The troops are merely passing by. There's military training. Who is suzerain? So Granada, he is suzerain of Granada, which is really, really annoying because it means I'm going to need walls or something to help stop that be the way that it is. Now we can declare war. War of territorial expansion. It's a 25% reduction in grievances, which is really, really useful. It also is not a surprise war. But bam. And now we can begin the process of cutting down the units. So we killed that already. You're going to step to the left. You're going to come forward and kill that. You're coming this way. And now that we have military training, we're going to come back, pick up this envoy, then work on defensive tactics. We have an envoy available to us. We are suzerain of Zanzibar, so these guys should fight each other. I can't levy the military. It's too expensive. I would love to levy the military. I would love to be in control of Granada if I could, but that's not going to happen. I'm going to hold on to my envoys here. So as expected, we took a little bit of damage. We should be able to tidy this up to pretty quickly, pretty easily. Take him out. Chariots must go. You head there. Now the really cool thing is if we unlock this, I'm going to build ancient walls in Jamesabad, even though it's the worst city to build that. I want it for the boost because I want to efficiently navigate my way. I'm going to go ahead and work on apprenticeship for the +1 production on mines because that's a lot of production. I'm going to take suzerainty back of Zanzibar because I need this. I need Zanzibar over here to tie up Granada's troops, basically. The city is now surrounded and we can start to hammer it. I'm going to pillage this well, should I pillage the holy site? I will pillage the holy site. This guy's going to come through and pillage my stuff if I'm not careful. So let me do this. There's machinery boosted. Perfect. We're going to send you to Jamesopolis. Alright, Halifax should fall. If we get the right units on the job. Halifax now belongs to me. We will keep the city. And we will rename it to... First city down, turn 74, looking okay. I'm going to trade with Bandar Brunei. It's a relatively safe trade route that kind of goes through a little bit of fog of war. More importantly, it gives me 6 gold per turn. Shoot that man. Another Varu is available. So this city, I'm going to go ahead and pick up the granary to let it keep growing. I would like to also build an encampment. I don't have very good spots for an encampment. I guess here is fine. This might be more of an economic city though. There's a +3 commercial hub there. And my capital is about to finish its Warlord's Throne, which will let it produce more units because it'll free up its production. Let's call them War Elephants. Playing all saves in that order. You'd also name say, I made my own Android game claim. Don't cross Play Store. I really love it if you give it a try. If I get time, I'll try out basically, you know, anything people ask me to. But again, it comes down to that if I get time things. Let's come in here. We're going to hammer that unit. Kill that warrior. Shoot that archer. You're going to come forward and hit that guy. You come down here. Then we will recruit our very first great general and run it all the way down here. There. You know what I should have actually unlocked? I should have definitely unlocked ironworking because I do have this guy. So we're going to come back from that. I want to get machinery as well. Okay, there is Warlord's Throne. And I could get a terracotta army. I don't think that's worth it right now. Right now, what I want are more units to fight in my war. Take a moment to heal here, and then we'll push on Toronto. So you are going to heal up. You're going to kill there. You come here. You hit that. Finish him off. Beautiful. This is the power of the Indian well-supported early war. It's basically trivial to knock a civ out of the game. Where are you from? Your accent is oddly non-specific. I'm from Ireland, but my accent is non-specific just because I've kind of trained myself subconsciously to talk without an accent. It wasn't really super planned. It's just the way things kind of turned out. So we're just going to take a moment here to rest up. You get in the face of the city, shoot it. Ideally, we do want to get these guys highly leveled because they can do a lot of heavy lifting for us. The virus sound effect is very... Do you still live in Ireland? Yes, I do. Name Toronto to Pyongyang. That's a bit of a weird one, but I mean... I'll think about it. Arrow Storm. So right now I'm kind of prioritizing experience. Pop in here, pillage that. Beautiful. Toronto, we're going to go ahead and appoint Victor to be able to sit in Toronto to give me the loyalty that I need. We'll keep that city. And then we'll just get to work on repairs. His accent is a drunken Irishman. Nice meme. So we'll have to kind of deal with these cities over here too, and they look like a pain in the arse. Want to steal builders if we can. Like since having said, you definitely have an accent that's half American, half Irish. First time being here, love it so far. This is not my. I don't know why I do it. It's like some. I think I have to like untrain myself to talk this way. But this is not how I normally sound in my life. I don't know why I do it. It's just like a subconscious thing. I don't even think about it anymore. Okay, so economy-wise, we're in good shape. We have captured 2 cities so far. In terms of what we'd like to do, I definitely would maybe like to get a settler or 2. to forward settle the Congo. Otherwise, what I could do is I could go for another campus to get ahead technologically. If I get ahead technologically, then no one will be able to stand up to me. If I'm going to get ahead technology, I should really harvest that stone, which would be a builder purchase, but I want to save my gold for upgrading units. It's kind of the hard part of playing this victory type. I could also get a terracotta army for level ups. One of your videos where you got sick, the Irish accent came out. Growing up, the internet has made most accents blurred and mixed. Start drinking. Get into vaping and slowly reduce nicotine concentration until 0. Excited to see you when you get Cleopatra. Egypt's always been a favourite of mine. I'm kind of excited to play Egypt too. Egypt is a fun civ, even if they're not really that great in terms of like how good, like being a good civ. So I definitely need more units, and we're getting close to getting crossbowmen. I would love to get a campus out right here. Is it worth it to just sacrifice this stone chop? I don't think it is. I think I'll have to get the builder in here. And now that I actually got the Great General, I think I can swap that out and plug in... What's the next Great Scientist? 3 boosts. Not great. Not great at all. Twilight Valor could be a bit of a meme. I don't heal outside my territory anyway. So we're in the process of building ancient walls. They'll be done in 1 turn, so we can get to work on this, and we'll get ourselves a couple of catapults as well. So we've got a lot of things that we want to get our hands on. I think I'm going to be heading up towards Divine Right here this game, but I'll pick up Feudalism first because that is giving me +2 build charges on my builders if I so wish. Now this city, James of Fax, has some actually interesting infrastructure here that we might be able to play around with. Is this going to be a domination or at least a war focus game? So far, my plan is domination. I don't have any other plans right now. I could get a settler. It's too long. What might be good is to get a builder. Oh, I've got... Probably want to get some kind of infrastructure. So if I can get monuments online will keep me ahead culturally. So you can see now I'm actually ahead of my peers. There is that city taken. Make sure that we say keep city. We've got 4 turns until rebellion. Let's reassign you to there, to Ottawa. Rebellion in 21 turns. Rebellion in 8 turns. Let's get you over here. Before we hit the city, we have a builder. We actually got the Apadana, which is interesting. I should have actually had you in range of this guy. Just barely aren't taking Victoria this... Oh, we are! That means I should be able to reassign you to Victoria. So loyalty now is completely in my favor. And we actually don't have to finish Canada off if we don't want to. We could now send the crusade on the way to there. My one misgiving with that is I'd love to have a settler go with these guys so I can upgrade them when they get there. Because by the time I get over here to Congo, and also I have to crush my way through a district here, which is a real big pain in the ass to try and swing past this. If he builds walls on the way, it's going to be a tough one. He is in the process of building the Hanging Gardens, which would mean I might be able to get away with this. I could go for the Colosseum in here, actually. He built the entertainment complex. Could go for pyramids. Let's just do the basic repairs first. So how many turns ago did I declare war? I have 2 turns of mass movement. So now we have to ask ourselves a question. Do we want to stay on a domination game? It's in a bit of an awkward spot. Pretty much everyone in the game is going to be out here somewhere. So I think we're going to stay in the domination game and then gamble on more people being this direction rather than having to go through the Congo, because the Congo looks like a pain in the ass to get up to. You have to go through all this horrific terrain and then go through a narrow path. So I'd rather attack them later rather than now. Let's go ahead and turn you into a swordsy man. Now, this builder, where are you going to go? Ottawa is a pretty good city. Its yields are crushed right now because it's disloyal, but that won't be a problem in a little while. Why are you starving? There you go. Now you're not starving. I'm going to send this builder up to probably Jamesafax, and then we'll make a decision about what we do with them. Is the extra movement a civ bonus? Yes. If we go up here to Chandragupta, when you declare war, you get +2 movement, +5 combat strength for the first 10 turns if you declare a war of territorial expansion. And then the other stuff is really not that important. Other than the Varu, because like the extra movement on the Varu is what makes it viable.
The wicked.
Oh, I wanted that builder. I'm not going to get him now.
Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Keep bullying Canada for unit XP while going towards catapults to take down Congo.
I'll definitely keep at war. There's also a settler here. Actually, capturing this settler opens up options for war with Congo. See, I know how big the map is, right? I know it's this tall, this thing. I know there's 4 other civs after Canada, and I know they're all going to be over here, which I should easily be able to get to and kill them. So I'm going to try to see if I can steal that settler. 666 people up, and there's more than that. Velocirabbit, thank you so much for your $5 donation. I will take your words into consideration. Okay, so we got our walls in here. This city is mostly built infrastructure for tech boosts. I think next we're going to go ahead and give this city some love. Gold is going to be really, really important for me this game. So commercial hub is the right move. Being able to fund your army and be able to upgrade it to keep it up to date is a huge part of a domination game that some people occasionally overlook. So I'm going to send this swordsman out exploring. His job is to find if there's another civ over here or if there's another route to the Congo. Then when I'm further along in the game, I'll be able to make more decisions. Looks like Kandy and another city-state has been defeated. Make sure we get a bit of XP on this archer. Then we take Quebec. We move, not promote, sorry, reassign Victor to Quebec. Now I want to promote. Thinking of promoting Liang early this game and then plugging her in somewhere, maybe into Jamesopolis, where I'll build builders from. Keep the city. Have a builder here. Let's get that online. Monument Granary, just build safe things. We'll come back to you. We've got some names. We've got some cities to name, guys. You guys are slow with the old naming ceremonies. Yoink. Get yoinked, nerd. Looks like their final city is up here. Let's go ahead and trade with them. If I can't take a city from them, yeah. So their last city is indeed up here. Frames dropping for anyone else? I have dropped a few frames, so not too many. Jamesland, Jamesville, New Jamesy, James City, James Toria. I like James Toria. James Toria makes sense to me. Jamesabad. We already have a Jamesabad. James Topia. James River. St. James. Jimmy Kinney. Letterkenny. Oh, I like Letter Jimmy. Letter Jimmy is a good one. My Discord is cursed. I blame you. I blame you, Morbus. It's all you. Why don't you just rename the Twitch notify role and switch it? That way it actually works, and then you'll just be like, I don't know what you're talking about. It always worked, and you could just do that. Let's come here. We'll chomp that. We'll go to the next turn. James upon James. I like that one. That's a good one. Toronto, you've been renamed.
One man's magic.
Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Here is a super chat to see you play a game with the prehistoric creatures mod instead of normal barbs.
Oh, I think you already submitted that. I just forgot about it. But yes, did you remind me of my Discord? Because I will do the prehistoric mod game thing. Just like I need to be reminded because I'm a dum dum. Okay, might work this time. You should totally restart your stream so I can check. No, you have to find out next time. I'm going to pick up apprenticeship here for the +1 production. I have a fair few mines throughout my empire. Restarting a stream makes things really awkward in YouTube, Morbus. Otherwise, I would totally do that for you. Can't you just force the bot to like announce a video? I don't know if you can do that. Okay. So we have a lot of really good things in here. I want my campus, and I think I had built this builder specifically to get that. So I'm going to take a moment here to get a granary to let the city grow a bit. In here, I want the market for the trade routes. I want to be trading with city-states for gold. I started the James meme. Who disliked the stream? Everyone. How dare you click the dislike button on my stream? I come here, fifth of my name, to provide you entertainment for free, and you dislike it. I'm thinking of getting an encampment in here. Really, past the early game, you don't need to build units. You just need to purchase upgrades to them. But an encampment or two can make sense. This is a very slow encampment. So maybe builders would just be better. Well, this is the city that I spam builders in. So I will just put a commercial hub in here. Gold, gold, gold. Everyone dislikes right now. Okay, the crossbowman is an issue because it's inside the city. Let's kind of back up here and see if we can do something about that. No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, that's not what I wanted either. Okay, I'm just like completely messing up, misclicking here, left, right, and center. Okay, we have a granary in letter Jimmy. Let's work on the pyramids. Put up beside the theater square. Potato, the new league preseason starts tomorrow. Poggers. Name a city you conquered with Devourer only counts as one. Not sure. The James I mean is a friend, not you. Dislikers are probably all Canadians. That's right. Only Canadians would not like this. Because I'm pooping on their precious culture. Classical era crossbowmen. Yeah, it is. I could probably have them by now as well. I just wanted to get apprenticeship first. But look, like there's no way he catches up. This is just, like, I mean, at this point, this is just like an execution, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel the granary. That way, nothing is in my queue, so I can harvest this, right? This will take 7 turns. I harvest the stone, ba-bam. Now it'll take 5 turns, so I can get my campus online a little bit quicker. I'd like to settle the iron too, if I could.
In democracy.
Take a step back. Improve the pasture. Is that a 1-tile Artemis? Probably. Where is it? Did they build an Artemis? Am I blind? LeBron James. Ooh, I like that one. That's a good name. Okay, I'd like to pick up Divine Right. So that's going to involve going through drama and poetry. Well, first, I'll probably pick up Mercenaries for the 50% unit gold discount, upgrade gold discount thingy. Alright. Market for gold. Gold, gold, gold. Gold is the most important yield at this stage of the game. Twilight of Valor can probably go now. Extra build charges make sense. Rest of this still makes sense. Feudal contract is good. French Canadians don't count. We don't talk about. Throwing shade. Alright, there is our golden age. It's actually a heroic age. It's really cool. Hero score. There's apprenticeship. Let's go ahead and pick up free inquiry. Commercial hubs provide science adjacency. Really, really powerful. Pen, brush, and voice. Culture from every specialty district. This is going to hugely skyrocket us in culture and science. And then we're going to be able to turn our faith into builders. See that now? We're making 40 something. Can I make this update? 46, 62. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It's good. It's real good. So now to take maximum advantage of this, I'm going to want to faith purchase builders to chop out my commercial hubs if possible. And by chopping out my commercial hubs, I will then get more science, which means I get more technologically advanced than the people in the game. And therefore, ipso facto, vis-a-vis, other fancy schmancy words that people say, I will be in a position to win the game. Win the video game. Okay, we actually have an encampment over here, so let's get to work on the stable. This city is still suffering from success. Why are you suffering? Let's get a couple of lumber mills in here. I need to buy a builder next turn. Crossbowman is an issue. If the catapult steps into the city, I'm happy. If the crossbowman does, I'm not happy. Need to find a way around these lakes. So the crossbowman stepped in the city and it shot the archer, which makes me kind of okay with this. Units of the heavy cavalry promotion is the only thing I care about. 100% production to city center buildings, ideally. Cool, so heavy cavalry 1, like I'd hoped. You're going to fall back. Take these 3 tech boosts for free. They're not amazing, but they'll do. No Jameson? I'll do Jameson soon, don't you worry. Alright, James upon James is a... Let's take stock of these tiles. It's a very, very weak city in terms of production. So this is going to be an economic city. This is going to be an economic city like the vast majority of my other cities. So I'll just slowly build a builder in here. In James Toria, we will of course faith purchase a builder. Now in James Fax, we want to chop out this commercial hub as soon as possible. Because these commercial hubs are worth science to me. They're basically as good as campuses right now to me. So if I can get those finished, I can then also start churning out gold and science, which will allow me to basically crap on the AI. No good farm. Well, there's actually there's a good farm triangle right here that I'd like to get done. I think we're going to wait a turn on smashing that city. Alright, that's bad. Okay, the Congo declared war on me, that's fine. The fact that there's 2... Was not expecting him to get 2 crossbowmen, which makes my life incredibly difficult. Might lose a Varu here, but it's okay. Granary. There's the commercial hub finished. Get to work on the market for the gold. Domination victory. That's the current plan. I don't know if that's what we're going to do. Depends on how well things go. Things are going pretty well. I'm currently ahead in science and culture based on everyone that I know. Rather harvest jungle. I want to keep woods around if I can on flat tiles. Okay, I was hoping that he wouldn't die, but he did. So now I am a sad... So you step 1 tile this way, you come this way, you hit there. Should be able to kill this city next turn as long as this guy doesn't die because he has a promotion. Promotion seller. So I think Merchant Republic actually might be the right move here for a war game. I do really want the Chivalry card, but we'll go for Merchant Republic. I'm not worried about the Congo declaring war on me because I'm not planning on to go to war with him next, right? So he can be at war with me. That's fine. So I'm spending a lot of time in infrastructure and I'm not spending enough time on units. So I think now is the time to get those catapults. If I can have them pre-built, they can be upgraded to bombards on the move. I got kind of my archers got kind of bogged down, which is not ideal, but there's not really much archers can do against this kind of a thing. I'm going to place a stepwell near a holy site, ideally for the right there. All right, this city is doing well. Lumber mill. It was the wrong city. I thought you owned that jungle. It's okay. Okay, so he survived. Perfect. Smash. Smash. There's Canada dead. They did not stand the test of time. We'll take... Marauding is really, really great in conjunction with barding. I'm going to go route marauding. Most likely. So then I'm going to use my Great General to explore, see if I can find someone else. We'll keep this city. We are in a military emergency, which is a pain in the ass. So I don't see where the other players are. There are, in theory, 3 other players that I have not met, and I guarantee you Korea is going to be one of them, because it's just going to be one of those games. Let's go ahead and pick up Niter. James Ketchum? Sure thing, we'll name Hamilton after James... Oh, no, we were going to call this one Jameson, weren't we? Rick James is my favorite. That's a good-ass meme from the 90s. Take a moment to heal. Get your ass out of here. Go there. Lumber mills. I almost have faith for another builder. Lumber mill there for James effects. Alright, so I'm trying to find those other civs. I can hear murder going on in the fog of war. Wait, where the hell are these civs? They're all the way over here. This is going to be a very difficult game. Thankfully, I do have a settler to bring with me. I don't want to go to war with the Congo yet, because my army is in the wrong place. It would take way too long to walk over there. I was hoping that there would be another civ here. There was not. So where are we going now? We're up here in James. Let's go ahead and get the granary in here, then get the watermill. Mass expansion. Go. I don't think that's what I want to do. It's not the kind of game that I want to play. It is an option. It is an option. There's actually a fairly decent farm triangle in here. Now I want to purchase another build. The farm triangle wouldn't be amazing, but I do want to I want to build up James Fax if I can. It's a good city. Jamesabad is another good city that I can use to produce an army. Please no. Is this deity? Yes, it is. It is deity difficulty. Heart, remove that. Put a thingy on it. Please stop. Go away. Alright, there is the granary in LeBron James. I'm thinking... I need to hold on to my gold. Gold is my most important yield. I'm just going to have this city mass produce builders for me. Which makes me want to move Liang to LeBron James. City's going to mass produce builders. Okay. Looks like we're going to war with the Congo. What we're going to be looking for is peace with him. So peace in 6 turns, then 10 turns later we declare the war. So start moving units in that general direction. Nice little stepwell there. Ideally that would have been beside a farm, but it's, you know, beggars can't be choosers. Choosing beggars are not fun to be around. Nice farm triangle. The city is now well fed, which means it can justify working a lot of these high production tiles that it will be taken over, like this and this. So since you're now a high production city, let's get that market up. I'm going to purchase a trader in here so that I can maybe trade with Granada. Got 2 envoys. I could take Suzerainty of Banda Brunei. That'll give me even more gold to fuel my empire. Okay. City is starting to look very nice. There's plenty of food. Definitely needs a granary to grow. Oh, please stop. Well, this exploration plan was a bust. Bustin' makes me feel good. Goes bustin'. So we want to trade with Granada again, mainly so that we have a road all the way across our empire. I've always overlooked Russia since I thought they seemed boring, but I'm gonna try them now. There's I think a lot of people overlook civs, and the vast majority of the civs in this game are actually quite playable. I'm actually going to harvest this forest because I need farms. Congo just declared war on Mali. Now that's a big deal, because now I know Mali is in the game. Alright, so there is Niter. That's going to involve heading up towards coursers, pick up coursers. That'll get me up towards bombards as well. So I'll probably go castles into stirrups. It might be a good idea to pick up education. You'll notice we're ignoring the top half of the tech tree. That's because this is the naval half of the tech tree. So we don't care about the vast majority of the stuff up here in the north. The only downside is it means we're not going to have an air force unless we do a tech switch, which means we need universities to follow up this age. It would be good to grow this city. It would also be good to get builders in here. I think I'm going to go for the growth option. If I can grow the city, I can work more tiles, so on and so forth. Across the Granada has been baboomed. Trade with Jamestown instead. That'll help you grow and do all the things that you need to do. I'm going to spend my gold on... Let's get LeBron James on the map with a trader. Next turn I'll get the pyramids, which is cool. Holy crap, that's a lot of niter.
From the height of these pyramids,
There's the pyramids, beautiful, free builder, and every builder gets a build charge. Shabam. I'm very happy about the amount of niter that I found. I'm going to trade with Jamestown again. Those should be external trade routes for gold. But they are not. You go ahead and build me a trader so I don't have to purchase it. I'm not going to be able to take Suzerainty de Granada. I can take Buenos Aires, which, more importantly, will reveal more of the map to me. I should have maybe put an extra couple of civs on this map, actually, now that I'm looking at it. We've got our very first catapult that's going to start heading out this way. Am I going to kill Granada? It would actually... Killing Granada gives me a bridge to the next area. So Granada might be a place that I kill.
If I were again beginning my...
We'll think about it. There's the watermill. So James over here is doing really, really well. They could use a builder. Let's faith purchase a builder up here. And then we will hard build a builder as well. Canadian cities like run on top of the world's combined niter reserves. I know, it's like insane. I don't want to spend gold to get more niter. I'm just going to let the cities naturally grow to them. But Jamesopolis, for example, could use a lumber mill. You have your basic stuff intact. You are ready for expansion in some way. What do I want to do in here? I could get an industrial zone. There is a +2 industrial zone. I have to spend money. I don't want to spend the money. I would rather get another encampment. And if I put that there, that gives this campus +1 adjacency. So I don't want to spend that money, but I will if my priorities line up. Let's take a moment to heal on these guys. We're not in a rush. Okay, so we've improved a lot of tiles in here. James upon James. You really need more food, so I'm going to prioritize food tiles. Do you really need all of these farms? No. You can take the hill. You take that. You take the hill. That way you have a really good food tile to help you grow to your maximum potential. One of these builders needs to put lumber mills there. Now the really great thing is, because I have a great general, my catapults are going to be much better than they would normally be. I'll be able to step in and shoot the city on the same turn, in theory. I'm going to harvest this. These guys will become crossbowmen once I have exploration and can use my money for that end. Let's put a farm there, and then we'll put a thingy there. Let's get that online. Alrighty. Builder completed in James upon James. How are we looking here? You don't have a whole lot of productive tiles. You do. So this is an economic city. It's not going to be able to produce much. Has a holy site. I could put a campus there. Would really like the thingy. How long is left in this age? There's enough turns to get a commercial hub and for it to matter. So we'll get that underway. No reason not to get a step well here. It's 4 food and one faith, which is something I can use in this era. Completely game Mapuche, but you can still win with the sickle. They Spain are bad, but Conquistadors are great. I think every civ has some good and bad parts of them. But I would say you can win a game with any civ in almost any direction you want it to. It's just like, really, the question is how good are they and is it worth your time to play them? Now, this city, there's a lot of empire management at this point in the game. This particular city. This is going to spam builders for a while. I'm trying to just improve
The purpose of education.
so you can get that kill. I'm going to step you back. I'm going to shoot there. You're also going to shoot for experience. And then you're going to kill. So I got a bit of XP on my guy, my dude. Grenada's going to be a tough nut to crack without bombards. So that's why I'm going to head to bombards here. This is just terrible terrain. But I think the Congo is the best target. Unfortunately, I was hoping there would be someone around here, but, you know, the terrain just didn't reveal that it was going to be friendly in that way. I do have another option for a trader. I'll quickly grab that trader. Let's do that. Exploration in 1 turn. I'm looking forward to that. Let's get some of these tiles improved down here. So this city of Granada does not do a lot of damage. There's exploration. Swing in Merchant Republic. Let's make some changes here. So 2 important things that I want to have. I want to have professional army. And I want to have caravansaries for gold. I also want to have Merchant Confederation for gold. Gold is like one of the most important yields to me right now. I really want serfdom. Then I really would like conscription if I can get it. Am I building units? Conscription isn't bad. So gold is kind of like my big thing right now. Autocratic legacy would be amazing if I could plug it in, but I don't think I can. And then the only other thing is if I plug that here, I have room for another one of these. And I think Veterancy could be a good card to plug in to build up my armories. Is any civ worth playing in the Diplo victory? Kind of. Step you there. You'll kill this. You'll come here. You're going to heal. You're going to promote now that it's cheap. You're going to come forward. We'll start working on Granada. Things are looking up for Mill House. Now, we really want mercantilism to build lumber mills on those juicy, juicy tiles. But I also want chivalry. I'd also like to pick up this envoy because that's worth +1 gold per turn. Okay, stable completed in here. Let's get the armory. Harvest for this builder. Come this way. Now you have your builder. Let's get that university done. So just kind of managing our empire, trying to keep ourselves technologically ahead. Across the road. So we got the watermill in Jamesopolis. We have the commercial hub. I'd like more campuses to kind of hold my own in the next era. Scientifically, there's not an amazing campus in here. So I'm probably just going to go for a encampment. And the best place for that is probably on this river right there. This will secure me more great generals as well as other things. Let's kind of step forward here. 2 times. The 2-time champion. You would have put had a Khmer. I hate Samaria. James meme because I wanted the city with the name of a friend. Pyramids are complicated. Yeah, we finished the pyramid. Sorry, I haven't been reading chat for a while. I've just been focusing on the game because it's just a lot of like really kind of brainless decisions of like taking out city-states and stuff like that. This city should be surrounded now. Excellent. Let's actually have you come back this way a tile. Alright, catapult completed. Let's get the armory. I also want some of these things. I really would like the Grandmaster's Chapel. So let's go ahead and secure the Grandmaster's Chapel. We'll smash this city next turn. Just like I plan to smash your mom next turn. Got him. Alright.
The Navy has both a tradition and a future.
Astro Wizard, what's up? You can still name Granada James Field.
And confidence in both directions.
The James above James Toria is one of the best. Oh my god, this is literally perfect Huey. Hold on. This is like genuinely a perfect Huey. Never ever seen anything like this in my life. The actual god Huey. We have to build it. Trader completed in here. So I'm mostly looking for gold. And I think that's going to be Bandar Brunei. Because if we can have enough gold to keep our army up to date. Let's step up here. Now the walls are weaker. We could do a lot of damage to it. We're going to take Granada for ourselves. Let's get the granary for growth. It's only a 2-turn build. Okay, what's going on in here? A lot of good things. Bandar Brunei. And Petra. No Petra. No Petrino. But we can work on something like a skirmisher. I'd rather get a horseman. It's a scout unit. Well, it's kind of weak. Skirmisher is faster and safer to use, I think. The city has garbage production. In 20 turns, scouting the map won't be relevant right now. So I think I would be far better off just doing like a unit that might actually build into something. So I will go the horseman because it's cheaper, it'll be done faster, and that actually can form a part of my military. Rip Potato, if AI is still on the last turn. Wait, what? Oh, if I don't get the Huey, it's fine. Like, it's just like... You have to go for it when you see it, though, right? I feel like you can't just let that pass you by when you see the opportunity. I could probably use a couple of step wells. I might even steal this step well so the city has a growth tile. The city definitely needs a lot of growth. Alright, so... Murder is a go. You can step forward 2 tiles and still shoot. This will rip the walls down. And my archers can take hits. Take the city. Granada now belongs to me. This opens up a much easier path to get to the Congo. And we have a settler here, so we can settle somewhere like here to also have a much easier path. Oh god. I just hiccuped and got a little bit sick in my mouth. Ugh. That was not nice. I'm thinking of buying this game. Do you recommend it? Yeah, I would absolutely recommend it. James Torcali. James Toria is being... Well, if we finish it, we'll call it James Torcali. Varwood upgrade should be called Jameson. That was the most awful. I hiccuped and burped at the same time, and all that did was make acid come from my stomach into my mouth, and it was really awful. Ooh-ee! Alright, so what do we want to do with James Effects? Naming the city, it's called a stick-up. It was pretty fucking awful. Let me tell you right now, I did not enjoy that experience. So I'm kind of tempted. This is a productive city. This is not really. Well, no, it might be with all this niter. But I kind of want to reinforce the already productive city, so I might take this tile. For James Effects. Then get ourselves an encampment like right there. So let's take a moment to heal on these bad boys. Repair the monument granary watermill. I once sneezed and burped at the same time. Never again. Dude, just don't even talk to me. That was awful. Tempted to move Pingala into my capital. We are going to promote Pingala and then reassign them to the capital. We'll lose 5 turns of really good science, but we'll get them back over the long run because the capital has way more population potential. Harvest that because it's on a hill. Put that there. I've got 2 build charges to play with this guy. Quarry probably isn't the worst idea. Kind of tempted to harvest the quarry. It's only 68 production. It's probably better. Improved. Got a name, it's James Sickup now. Hell yeah. Special session. Doesn't seem to relate to me. Oh, okay, nice. We met them. Yes.
I've lived through some terrible things.
So I actually hate seeing Lautaro in my games. Because he's always a pain in the ass to kill. Although he looks really weak right here, and so does France. Okay, so we're doing really well. Let's make sure that we get the experience that we need on these catapults. You already have a promotion actually, so I didn't need to do that. And we'll take Grape Shot and Shrapnel. The reason being is it makes them much harder to kill. They already do a bunch of damage to cities, so why do you need them to do more? We want to go barracks in here. I'm going to not promote anyone. That's fine. You hang out there. Probably fine to just have a few farms along this river. I have enough faith to purchase some more builders. Where could I really use it? You know what? Over here could use a builder. It's about to finish a builder, but another one wouldn't be bad. And probably could use a builder in Granada, although I would need a little bit more faith. Stepwell housing is useful early game, but the raw yields are awful. Yeah, stepwells are just not that great. The reason I'm putting them in here is because this city just doesn't really have a lot of options for growth. And so by doing this, I get a little bit of extra faith that lets me purchase a couple of more builders. And I can use that faith later to purchase military units. So it's just like faith is kind of useful as India. And if you play correctly. And this just opens up the city to have more workable tiles. It'll grow faster, meaning you can work more tiles, meaning you can build more builders for me. So, for all those reasons. What are we going to rename Granada? I really need you to not exist right now, and thankfully you don't. No, I messed up. I forgot these units can't occupy the same tile. That's annoying. Hey, another governor title. Not that I need it, because I have nothing to spend my governor titles on. None of these things really do a lot for me. The only one you could maybe make an argument for is for going to tax collector on Reina. In my second most populated city, which is James upon James. Excuse me, I'm hiccuping and burping at the same time. It's no bueno. But we'll think about that one. Start building up Jameson. But I just wanted to say, Potato, your videos have gotten me through the semester. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Sharon M. I appreciate it. So it looks like we're surviving pretty well over here. Do we have promotions? Nope, don't have a promotion on you. Let's kind of get you to fall back to here. You step forward, you step forward. Alright, we got the university in here. Where did you come from? Get out of here, Crossy man. So we'll be able to rapidly develop this city. It's true, I am a merchant republic, so I do get gold from having governors in cities, but I don't think that's really that important to spend my governor titles. Plus, I just want to really reinforce to people that you don't need to spend your governor titles, because whenever I have a governor title available, people lose their shit. And I really want to make it so that people understand that it's not that important. Huey Toakali. Excuse me? Oh, it has to be built on lake adjacent to land. So this is actually better, in theory. No, I didn't realize it had to be adjacent to land. The literal god Huey is ruined. We'll still do it. If this was a piece of land, it would have been perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and pick up bombards. Bombards are going to be important for the war with the Congo. I want to get as much experience on my catapults as possible. Head into the city, get healed up. You come to there. We have to actually finish the Toakali to rename the city, guys. Okay. Barracks because it's cheaper. Working on theology. Cool, cool, cool. Lumber mill on flatland. Let's wait one turn. Could be a farm triangle in here. I might do that.
We can no more have exact.
Okay, so what is an important district in this city? The city has potential for production, actually, so it might be good to get the encampment online. Let's go ahead and place that plantation. I'll keep the plantation because it's worth gold. Barracks in here. This man killed my mine. I am mildly upset about that. An aqueduct in here would be cool, but even cooler would be an encampment, perhaps. What is this city going to be used for? I could also get a theater square. There's a +2 one over here. Give you that little bit of extra culture. That'll be going away soon. So a chevron is the best Huey shape. Yes. So I'd really like to hit this city before it gets walls up. So if that at all is an option, I will take that option. Farm. Farm. My empire is incredibly well developed. I'm very happy about it. It's looking really good. Let's go ahead and get the armory. I suppose temples aren't really that important. Let's just get basic horsemen. I can use these to scout the eastern side of the map. Granada really needs a builder to help it develop, and this will probably just be another gold city, so we'll just use this to develop into producing gold and trade routes. It's not a bad spot for a step well. Mine here, who has 1 build charge left, so if I chop with you, then I can put a farm in there. Nice one. Making progress. We are making gains, as they would say. A very, very small army is all you need.
The real use of gunpowder.
So there is... Wait, did I leave a swordsman around somewhere? Oh, he died over here, that's right. He got brutally murdered by barbarians. Snow barbarians at that. Do I want to wait the 4 turns to get bombards? I think I can take Congo and upgrade there. So, really good farmland in here. Far from ideal territory, but it's fine. You've done your job over here, as have you. Ah, this is what I really didn't want. Okay, so I can't attack this city while he has walls. So we'll talk you guys through what we plan to do here. We only have to sit here for a few turns. It's going to partially involve chopping this tile. So I'll need to settle this tile, buy that tile, chop that tile. Which means I need to have this builder on the way. Bandar Brunei. That's unfortunate. It's just too awkward to punch my way through this, so I'll have to manipulate the terrain. So Jameson is now really well built up. The timing was incredible. This is why I initially didn't want to attack over here, because I had a feeling they would get walls up. And lo and behold, they did just that. You know what? 10 turns of peace. At this point, if I had thought of piecing them out earlier, I would have, but I forgot to piece them out. I know I'd meant to. But at this point, it would actually be slower to piece them out. So I'm just going to go whole hog and throw it in. Guilds into nationalism. We're going to need to start producing more units now. I'm going to pick up another Varu. Another Varu. So I need at least 3 more Varu here to combine. I'm going to need 3 of those as well. There's my 3 Varu picked up. I'm not changing my government. Getting close to nationalism, so we want units to combine. No, I already talked through the logic of why I'm doing things the way that I'm doing them. Appreciate your feedback. So we're going to buy that tile, because if we chop this tile, we can plant a bombard here and a bombard here and shell this district. We'll use a Varu to cover that. Let's make sure both of these guys are inside. I would like a Renaissance Great General. Why am I not getting another Great General? I feel like I definitely have the most. But I got one. And Congo got the next. And Congo got the next. And France, and like just all of these were snatched up from me. So I'm just going to purchase the monument in here to make it safe. One of my districts were pillaged, my trading district, so this is actually a huge priority, even over the theater square. Alright, good work. Another builder. Hope you upgrade straight from Varu to helicopter. We'll probably go to tanks. Varu don't upgrade to helicopter. Alrighty. We'll harvest that. You will both become bombards. Genuinely surprised. Now that we have bombards, our next upgrade is... What did Varu upgrade into? I forget. They upgrade into tanks. So we would like to get down to military sites. It's going to be a big upgrade to us as well. This is on a hill, so we'll harvest.
Dovreste prestare attenzione a ciò che accade d'intorno. Credetemi, vi sono fin troppi giochini che stanno avendo luogo.
Let's just take a moment to heal on this bombard, and then next turn we'll move both of them into position to rip this down. Make sure we harvest that. Let's get the armory. You completed your market. Beautiful. Let's get to work on a crossbowman, because I'm going to need them to upgrade my crossies. So that's 1 out of 3 crossbowmen built. I can now faith buy units as well once this era is out. Right now it's still better to buy builders, but I've pretty much maxed out and built up my empire. I actually kind of stole your builder, so let's give you another one. Just looking for tiles that can be improved just constantly. Tanks are in fact elephants with cannons strapped to their backs. Change my mind. I'm not going to try to change your mind because it's true. So, like I predicted, this is going to slow us down a bit, but it shouldn't completely stop us in our tracks. It's more of just a speed bump. Hey, make units cheaper, please. Trade city-states, please. Give me the extra yields.
Rocks in my path.
So producing units is really cheap. And sending trade routes to trade city-states is better. Why do I have +1 movement on these guys? Does anyone know why I have, like... This guy applies to classical and medieval era. These are Renaissance era units. So why do they have +1 movement? Speed bump. You know, like I said, it's a speed bump. Apparently they still count as... Wait, what? +1 movement from Great General. I am a little bit confused about this right now. Is there a heroic age benefit? I don't think so. No. It's just these guys are faster. First time watching a stream live? Well, welcome to the live stream. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for showing up. All right, so here are 2 of my 3... No, here's all 3 Varu ready and waiting. Because units are now half price, they got finished all on the same turn. I'm also going to want to get my hands on another crossbowman, another crossbowman. Having a knight or two to upgrade into a cuirassier wouldn't be terrible. We're mass producing an army. Let's see here. I could attack there, but I'm not going to because it's a really bad move. Get out of here. Farms 4 days. Great generals, no matter their era, that their combat bonus applies. Is that a bug? Because that's not how it's supposed to work. Do you have a special mod for waypoints, or is that built in? No, I do not run any mods. I run one mod. Let me rephrase that. I won, so I gained 2 of the diplo favor. Okay, I run one mod, and that is a UI mod that lets me hover over cities to see what they're working. That's the only mod I run. Because it's nice to not have to click on them and do this, right? I can just do that and kind of get an idea of what they're doing. Bam. Bam. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, that's a bit weird. This great general should not be giving these guys movement or combat strength. But it is. I'm not complaining, but it's not right. It is not the correct way that things should work. Okay, so I got the armory in here. Let's build a couple of bombards to fill out my army as well. Now, I'm always dubious about building more units, because the more units you have to micromanage, the longer each turn takes, which makes a domination game take forever. Let's just do this sort of a thing. Bogan, so you're saying you just don't do homework? I watch Potato McWhiskey when I'm doing homework. You just kind of have it on in the background. I think Great Jones work on upgraded units, looking at the original unupgraded unit. I don't think that's how that's supposed to work, right? This seems like a bug of some kind. So you have a promotion, grape shot. And this should be killed. The district is now dealt with, and we can slowly push our units in. More important to get the bombards moving, I think. Can you go? Thank you. Got ourselves a courser to try and explore up this way. Skirmishers are now cost effective. What is going on with this map, dude? It's so hard to traverse. Might be good to pick up mercantilism first and then go for nationalism so I can place these jungle lumber mills. Been sitting around waiting to be able to do that for a while. Let's get that. Ensalm asked a question. Should I ask, maybe it applies only to combat. The text of the Great General is +5 combat strength and +1 movement to classical and medieval land units within 2 tiles. So these guys should not be getting the bonus. I think it's very clear that I'm correct here, that this is not how it should be working. I'm getting all the crappy great scientists too.
In diplomacy, there is...
The original catapult was from that era. Yes, but when the unit upgrades, it should not keep that. I understand, guys, I understand why it might be happening. My point is that it should not be happening. Holy shit, how hard is that to understand? Right, we're going to trade with Jamesopolis. What is this? I'm going to have to pick up embarkation here. I was hoping to skip it this game. It's a bug, but it's repeatable. Okay.
The lowest.
So I lost a Varu, which sucks, so I'll need another one. I need to be able to embark. I can't delay it any longer. It's been far too long now. Here's why I think it happens. I think it has to do with some code that the developers put into the game, that units preserve their buffs when they're promoted. I think that's what it's related to. Because if you remember, units used to not preserve any buffs they had when they were promoted, and they specifically coded that in. Never commented on your stuff, Natalie Barber, but definitely one of my favorite people to watch on YouTube. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Natalie. Thank you. A bug is a jizg.
It is not.
Okay, I really need this elephant to not die. This is why I hate attacking through these one-tile mountain passes or whatever. It's just always horrific. Especially when I haven't really... like, the Varu is starting to go out of date now. It's not really as strong as it used to be. Da-da-da-dum.
I cannot imagine any condition which would cause a ship to founder. Modern shipbuilding has gone beyond that.
If you're playing an underpowered civ and you love it, rub your nose. It's a bit weird. EU attacking across a river. Get the shrapnel promotion. I should... You know what I should have done? I can't. Actually, never mind. But we can now embark. So that's going to help things out a little bit. Where's my horseman over here? This doesn't feel like a lake. This feels like a goddamn ocean right here. Okay, so we're going to head back to pick up military science. We got Jeanne d'Arc. Armory completed. Let's go ahead and get a library and a university to stay ahead technologically. I don't think spies really matter that much this game. Bombards will. I need to be careful not to overbuild military though, or I'll cripple my economy and have way too many units to upgrade and just have obsolete units. So I need to be very careful about how I balance that. Whatever, just pop that there. Debuff Lake Mac, we can have CS when we're playing on high sea levels. Ah, I did play on high sea levels. I kind of regret it. Of course you're going to be an issue. Varu completed. Armory. Let's get me a commercial hub. Come forward a tile. We'll be able to capture that city next turn. Jeanne d'Arc, come over here. Come this way. I look at the potatoes history, a lot of resources, that sort of thing. James Baker, wish I could say to watch, but pop and see, would you have an in-depth guide to district adjacency bonuses? You know what? That's a good idea. I thought that was like a fairly straightforward topic, but it seems, I mean, if you're asking the question, I imagine then people are probably struggling with it, right? So I will look around to do that, give you ideas on what you should be looking for in district adjacency. The most important lesson about district adjacency is sometimes district adjacency isn't as important as placing the district down now and starting to build it. That's one thing I see people kind of hanging around waiting to get the best adjacency, or spending a ton of really, really important gold that needs to be spent elsewhere to get better adjacency, like buying a tile or whatever. Emplacement is good. Let's take... Wait, who's close to a level? Neither of these guys. Congo belongs to me. Thank you for Congo. These things don't matter to me. What does matter to me is getting another trader out. Think industrial is obviously how to get trapped in bad district habits. You never even noticed the Aquadam adjacencies? Yep, because people don't read patch notes. That's the problem. You just need to read patch notes. General bonuses do not stack. Yes, I know that. However, these are great generals from different eras. This is classical and medieval. This one is Renaissance and Industrial. So, while I still have classical and medieval era units in my army, I want to keep Sun Tzu around because he is buffing them. Once I no longer have those, then I will get rid of him. This is like a nightmare map. Nightmare map for conducting war. Because I'm building knights, get it? I need to know more. I don't know anything about this map. Is Bombard the right choice here? Yep. Yep.
Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Hey, James Baker, thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. Thanks for the suggestions, everyone. Maybe one day I can stick around. I appreciate that, man. I was answering some of the questions in the chat. He was answering, will the bug allow for stacking? I don't think so. Never fight a land war in Asia. Why YouTube and not Twitch? Because YouTube is where my audience is. People don't, like... This is where people find my videos. This is where people find me. And I figured I'm going to simplify everything. I've already explained this like a million times. But basically, I said I'm going to make it easier to be a follower of me by having all of my videos and live streams in one place. So you don't need to go like multiple different websites. Don't need to do any of that stuff, because that sort of stuff really annoys me personally, when you have to go to like 8 different websites to get the information you need. So if you want to watch me live stream, you can get it on YouTube. If you want to watch my YouTube videos, you can get it on YouTube. Get it all in a one-stop shop. Bada bing, bada boom. Also means I don't need a Patreon, because we can do all that stuff through YouTube now. So I was like, all right, I can get rid of the Patreon, and now it simplifies my entire life. Are you liberating Kandy? Kandy's a religious city-state, and it's out of my way and not required for me to win the game, so it's most likely a no. Let's just get you to fall back to here. This is another series of unfortunate district placement. Dedication. I have a regular golden age. Monumentality again would allow me to turn my faith into useful cities, essentially. Because I turn my faith into builders. My builders build up my cities. I've got an armory in here. It might be a good idea to get some military engineers to follow behind my army and build roads when I need them. Is that really that good? I don't think so. Probably better off just like building a bit of basic stuff. Like bombards. You do need to be careful about how much I'm building of those, though. Because I have to, like, anything I build has to be useful and upgraded. It's like the vast majority, so this army has been useful. Anything else that's still making its way to the front line has never been useful once. So that's production I've invested into it that is I'm not getting the benefit of. So that's usually why I'm a bit wary of overbuilding military. I'm building a lot of military right now, so I'm probably going to switch off from military here soon. One turn from the Huey. This map is actually horrific. Oh my god. Candy gives you relics is practically not worth it, but relics,
But the wrath of
here's the thing. The 3 or 4 turns I would spend killing Candy, I could just go kill a different player. Or start making my way towards that player, right? So it's just not worth my time in terms of like actual man minutes and in terms of actual like game turns. It's just not like, what do I get from liberating it, right? If I was going for a religious victory, maybe liberating Candy would make sense, but I'm not, so it doesn't. There's Huey. What were we going to rename this to? Huey James Toakali or something? I don't remember. You could have your surplus military start to head east with a settler. Here's the thing. So, like, if we look at the distance, I know it's hard to judge, but it's most likely like most of the AI are here. And this terrain is actually just as bad. I have roads already built up heading this way. Like, this is why I sent these horsemen to scout, right? I still don't see someone until, like, here. So now that I actually see them, it might be worth it to send my surplus military over here. But I need to know what the terrain looks like, because it might be better to just attack them from this direction. Because they're about here, which is about yay far away from here in my army, you know what I mean? What is this James meme? I don't know. Somebody asked me to name a city James, so we just started naming all the cities James because people kept requesting it. So I'm like, all right, it doesn't bother me. James. Every stream needs a meme. Everything is a meme. No peace. This is the hard part of like this rough terrain. It's just really difficult to move an army through. So we're trying to find a way to get to the other saves in the game to kill them. Does it make sense to go towards upgrading crossbowmen? Yes. But right now I want to get the military academy first. Field cannons are fine, because I don't need the upgraded crossbowmen right now. I try to avoid doing things that I don't need to do. Things that are not necessary, I usually try to delay or skip in favor of other things. Like right now my crossbowmen aren't in a fight at all. So like, and they don't really help taking, like, right? So upgrading them doesn't matter. They're still strong enough to do the fighting, so I can take the time to get military academy sooner, so I can start building army corps and stuff like that sooner. I want to teleport this trader over to Congo because I want to try and get a road to reinforce. The whole road thing also matters. Otherwise, this city has become too much micromanagement, so I will just spam that in there. Then we're going to come in here, pick up triangular trade. I also set up my government to like minimize how much micromanagement I need to do. That way I can just focus on getting through the war. So like this just gives me gold, this makes it cheaper to upgrade my army. Like it would be better if I was swapping these in and out as needed, but if I just keep them plugged in, I can kind of just play with a very straightforward strategy. I don't have to worry myself too much about micromanaging them. Oh, that was the wrong direction. I'd meant to scout east. Like, look at these mountain ranges, dude. Hey, we found Lautaro, and this we actually want to attack him last. Because he has the +10 combat strength versus Golden Ages, so we want to have the maximum advantage possible before we attack him. This is weird. No voting. Okay, I thought he was bombarding it down when he was empty too. Am I missing something with that encampment? Why bombard it if it has no walls? Because the encampment exerts zone of control, which means I would have to move my units very slowly through this one single tile. By killing the encampment, I can now move 2 units through this gap at a time. Right? And now I can stand on this and use it to bombard the city. So it's just like, yeah, it took me a couple turns to kill it, but it ultimately will speed up my whole war. So I want to trade with Granada, because I want a road that goes that way. You must rename a city to James Sparrow. Alright, there you go. Armory completed in here. So we got our armory in Jamesopolis. What else do we want to get in here? I don't think a campus is super important. I don't think that... Well, maybe a campus is important. So Jamesabad, I think I really want gold. I want to minimize how much units and stuff I'm building if I can. Just auto-explore. I gotta have the city spam skirmishers just to reveal the map a bit. Then in here we got the temple. Let's get the meeting house. Repair the barracks. You head this way. So I need a road through here because this is all slowing down my reinforcements. That's why whenever I have a trader available, I try to put it in my furthest city and then trade back through my empire so reinforcements can come in a timely manner. It's just horrific terrain to fight into. Really, really horrific. Right, you can auto-explore as well. Okay. Spamming skirmishes equals late game spec ops. It's unlikely that we'll get to spec ops. It's more that I just need to, like, if there's anything on the map that I should know about, maybe the spec ops will find it for me, and I just need something to do with this city. Because that city is kind of superfluous to requirements at the moment. Nope. I need to deal with this. Have a cross. You really can't attack there? Alright. Go there. Go there. Come forward, shoot city. Come forward, shoot city. Come forward, shoot city. Come forward, shoot city. Come forward, shoot unit. Fortify. Come forward. Bombard completed in here. Let's get temples for faith. We can use faith to purchase units, which is handy. This will give me for each specialty district and an envoy. Okay. Haven't played around with envoys for a while. I've got 6 stacked up. Definitely want Nagaz Zagarmu. Reason for that being, if I come into my capital here, I can now purchase units for a very, very cheap price. Much cheaper than they normally cost. 360 for a skirmisher. That's usually how much like a chariot costs. So these are really, really cheap now. But Nagazagarmu is a good one to keep a hold of, especially now that we're going to be getting military academies. That'll make them even cheaper. Okay. I'm just going to send some units on auto-explore. It's too much micromanagement at this stage of the game, and I'm just not interested in micromanaging my units. particularly if they're not important for my win condition, which is killing the Congo's capital. I might skip this city if there's enough cities out here west. I might leave some of the Congo intact. Kind of not sure what I want to do exactly on that front. You heal up. You must win. I think there's absolutely zero doubt that I'm going to win. The question is more, how quickly am I going to win? There's Mbuila. And the reason why I know I'm going to win is because I could literally switch to a science victory right now and win the game because I have the highest science in the game of all the civs that I have met. Let's get a university in here. So I don't think there's a single like doubt that I will win the game. It's more just like how quickly and efficiently can I get through it. Don't forget to use envoys for exploration. That is a good point. For example, I could grab Muscat. Oh yeah, my Varro was killed. That's unfortunate. So now would be a good time to work on upgrading my crossbowmen. So I will get to work on ballistics after this. In here, I want to get a harbor. But in the meantime, I'll get a entertainment complex. Seems good. This bombard is under a little bit of threat, but it does have 2 defensive land. It's important. These people don't know this, but these work in defense as well. So this guy is like really, really tough on the defense. So these guys might do a lot of damage to me, but he will probably almost certainly survive. I would be very shocked if he died. I'll put it that way, based on his combat strength, even though he is a technically kind of weaker unit than those ones are. Do you have melee units on the way to replace your Varu? Not right now. I have a couple of knights and stuff, but
a physician without...
I'm not too concerned. Alright, so let's promote you with the loyalty thing, and then we'll appoint Amani and plug her into here. Loyalty secured. Make sure we repair the monument. All of the things are getting repaired. So I think we can skip past here and push down because I can see another player just here. I think that's Lautaro. Can you do a guide in the warfare and the different paths for war and civ? I really only follow one path. Well, I guess there's a couple of different ways you can do it, but I really kind of just follow the build up a few cities and then push when you're about on par with the AI and use your like player advantage to beat them. The player advantage is that I'm not a mediocrely programmed robot man. Not yet, anyway. Get on it, science. Yeah, boy. Okay. Also, one really important thing is probably watching this and noticing that I get through my turns really, really quickly, and I do a lot more in my turns than you do. That's just because I know, just from playing the game, a ridiculous amount, like what are okay decisions, and I'm just happy to make okay decisions. I think people agonize way too much about making the best decision, when like 99% of the time, an okay decision is gonna see you through. I need a melee unit. Let's make it happen with the super cheap purchasing from Nagazagarmu. Oh, the city's encampment is damaged. Okay, I'm okay spending 1,000 gold to get rid of that. Way too many iterations. I mean, if an AI chess can be the Grandmaster 1 out Civ. What's up? It's not froze. No, no, no. I was just talking to someone off screen. It's like I'm not gonna... I'll park you here. That'll give him -5 combat strength. He'll probably attack me, but that's fine. You must name a city James too. You're very demanding. You can't have a potato on pizza. You can't. Just meant it to works.
However beautiful.
Okay. See, this is the kind of terrain that I hate, where your entire army has to pass through a single tile gap. I still don't know where the last player is. Like, where the hell are they? I know, I'm pretty sure it's Mali, but where the hell is Mali? Does somebody own Mali's capital, maybe? No. He still exists. Least favorite Civ? Like, people ask me these questions all the time. I don't have a least or most favorite Civ. Just because it's just not really the way that I think about Civs. I just kind of play, and then that's what I do. I just play the game. I don't think about like, oh, it was my favorite, because like no Civ has really hooked me. Well, there's France. You are fucking trapped. Pillage the road. So yeah, like no Civ has hooked me with a really, really cool concept, I think. Rip. There is the Mali. Honor to meet you. So he's over here. Right, he should be an easy kill. His science is actually really, really strong. Let's reduce the combat strength in this area. Fall back to Allied territory. Any rebalances you'd like to see at this point? These are difficult questions to answer off the top of my head without like a specific theme. There's a couple of like small things that are like, you know, just kind of silly. But I would say I'm fairly happy with the game. I don't have any major complaints about it. Like, it's a fun game and I enjoy it. And it's not really. I don't think there is like huge balance problems now. For single player, I mean, but in terms of multiplayer, that would be a far more interesting conversation with somebody who plays multiplayer. I don't play multiplayer, so I can't really have that conversation. Well, I guess I could, but it would have to be like informed by people who play multiplayer. It's just something I can't really speak on. Game balance wise, I'm like fairly happy with the way things are. Like, you know, most strategies are pretty viable. On single player, which is the way that I play. That's the sort of way that I'm going to be thinking about balance, is through the lens of single player. We call them Netherlands or Holland. I think we call them both depending on things. We'll take the city soon. So I know where every civ is now. That's going to make my life a lot easier.
Human nature.
Alright, there is nationalism. Now we want to get to mobilization ASAP, which is going to involve going urbanization into mobilization. Got ourselves another bombard. Don't need any promotions right now. Don't need any builders. Alrighty then. We can start combining units soon. Like so, to make them stronger. I want to combine units with lots of promotions with units with no promotions. Ignore the non. I mean, I have fat fingers, autocorrect facilities. Can you circumnavigate without oceans? Yes. Circumnavigate just means to navigate around, right? It doesn't mean by sea. Although it is associated with the sea just because of the world that we live in. Requires sea-based circumnavigation. Losing the odd unit here or there is fine. We can rebuild, we can replenish. Reinforcements are finally making it here. We're going to want another round of reinforcements to come out soon. Is Chad a male version of Karen? No, Chad is the male version of a Stacy, I believe. In the meme literature, you'll find it written. Chapter 47 of Incels. Omega lol. Umbrella belongs to me. You mean chapter 69. Ha! Got him. That's fair, Joe. I see the main community side, but that's a bit resonated with me. I remember the joke didn't have mental health problems. A history of neglected abuse. Wait, what's this? Matthew Golding. What are you talking about here? The Joker? Are we talking about the Joker movie? I think he did a really good job of portraying the specific condition that he was meant to have in the movie. I don't know if you guys saw the like the laughing part. He got that down from what I saw. God, I can't remember what it's called, but it actually exists. I saw a video of a real life guy, and I was like, he definitely used this as source material. All the chapters, pizza con patate. Yeah, potato on pizza actually exists, and I've heard it's not bad. I've heard it's okay. It's pretty juicy, pretty juicy boosy, just like Gary Busey. The Highlander of Hollywood, as we like to call him here. Alright, time to peace out the Congo. Hey, what's up, Congo? How would you like peace? I have your capital city. I don't care about anything else. Give me all your stuff. Siege your cities. Ba-bam. Alright, so we have his capital. We don't care about him anymore. We got his capital. The pseudo bull bar effect. Yeah, that was it. Nothing really stuck out to me. I just always got distracted by modern day social justice. What do you mean modern day social justice nonsense? I don't know what you're like. I watched that movie. I saw none of that. I really think it really just comes down to internet nerds being too hypersensitive about like progressive representation in media. That's really what I feel like it boils down to. Because I watched that movie. I didn't see any like shoehorning or anything like that. We just gotta yeet until we can't yeet no more. Combine units together. It's like, I don't know, man. That's just what I feel like it. Whenever I see, like, I remember I watched one video. Dude, I nearly died laughing. This guy was like, there's agender robots in Apex Legends. And he was like so mad that like one of the characters who's a fucking robot didn't have a gender. He was like, this is just the liberal agenda trying to eradicate masculinity. I was like, this is your fucking hill to die on right here? The robot doesn't have a gender? Oh, man.
It's one thing to surmise what happened.
I was like, all right, buddy. Oh, that was a good one. The agender robot. That's a good meme. All right, what are we doing here in this city? I think we're going to need a couple more bombards throughout my empire to resupply. I'll also get some Feld Kanonen. And we have the cash to pull it off. We're flush with cash. We'll take a moment here to upgrade our units before we declare war. Look, I need my robots to have genitalia. I just need it. There was a study that white robots are racist. What? That has to be a meme. What the hell was his problem? Kind of jealous anyone has so few problems that they have the energy to get upset about genderless robots in video games. I mean, like, here's the thing. It's okay to be passionate about this. But, like, it's okay to be passionate about it. Like, if you really don't like agender robots, all right, cool. That's your thing, all right? But don't make it about, like, society is collapsing. That you just don't like it, okay? Don't lie. Just don't be honest about why you don't like it. You just don't like, you know... You're looking for a reason to be outraged. It's like, cool, sure, be mad about that thing. Like, here's the thing. I get mad about things all the time that don't matter. But that's because, like, that's like recreational time. It's like, you know, it's like this anger that I'm feeling right now, this is me having fun. Which is kind of like not a great idea to really participate in too much, because you'll end up like just being only angry all the time. And you're just hulking out on dudes every other day. Nobody cares about genders. People just tired when it's the focus. Sounds like the guy was just looking for a problem. Potato, what was the name of the note who got super angry at the agender robot? I don't remember. I don't really... It could have been one... Like, there's a million of those YouTube channels, right? Where it's just like some dorky dude who's like, ugh, women in video games. Snake, come in. What's the problem, Snake? Snake, there's too many women in our video games. We need to execute a hit on Anita Sarkeesian. All right. I'm on it. Snake. All right, whatever. What was I doing? Public Works. Potato out here drop some truth bombs. Who cares? Can we just... I just love... Like, my favorite thing is... My favorite thing is, it's like, they always go about, why can't games just be about playing the games? It's like, they can be. You just play them. And you have a good time. And welcome to that thing that you want. It's like, it's that easy. you just play games. And they're like, yeah, but they're always putting their agenda in. And it's like, so what? Art has always had an agenda and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, well, big whoop-de-doo. Like, you want someone to, like, pat your belly and give you biscuits for noticing someone has an agenda? Well done. Who cares? All right. Mansa Musa. Declare war. Territorial expansion. But bam. I know, why is it main character? Sounds like forced diversity to me. I know. I mean, it's like the entire point of diversity is that, hey, you know what? Media might be more interesting if we have different characters than just some, like, old white dude who bangs, like, young women. Let's try that. And then everyone is like, it's literally the apocalypse. I can't believe they're trying to erase maleness. And it's like, no. Those movies can still exist. But we want to try something new now. And the best example... is probably like the art scene as it transitioned from like modern to postmodern. So basically, you know, there was only one way to do things back in the day, and that was like, you know, whatever was the style, it had to be this particular way. And the whole idea of postmodernism was to be like, nah, you know what? I want to do things that are different. And that was the entire point, was to like, the rules don't matter. And like that's the entire point of like postmodern movies and post-genderism and all this stuff. It's like it's supposed to be about all these rules and stuff, they actually just don't matter. Because we can do all the things that, like, the rules claim that they exist for without the rules. So it's like, what's the point of the rules if the rules don't matter? Or something. I don't know I don't know if I explained that adequately, but it's like a very simple, lowbrow take. What are we talking about now? The whole area is going to suck until Mountain Pass is probably winning by then. Potato, who's the ideal second leader of Russia? Probably Catherine, I think. She's like the stereotypical, no, not stereotypical, but she's like the go-to, right? This city is just going to do holy side prayers for faith. Make your way over there. I have 6 envoys to play with. I could take Kabul. No, I can't. That's 8. I think I'll put 3 into Muscat. There's no water bottle representation in the media. If you don't like the game's agenda, beat it your way. Undertale. Then I'm gonna watch the midway meal. I thought you were pretty decent evidence that Alexander the Great was pretty gay. Ivan the Terrible. I mean, like, I don't understand the debate, because, like, the only thing that matters to me is, like, when I'm playing a game, is, like, am I enjoying the experience? It's like, that's all I think about. So when people, like, come at me, like, we need to stop the social justice warriors, or we need more representation in games, I'm like, okay, cool, but are the games fun, though? I'm like, that's the only question I have. I'm like, you guys can do all of that. Like, I just want to play. I'm having a great time. And that's all. Maybe that is kind of a selfish way to be, but I mean, it's just the way I am. It's like, I could make an effort to change and sort of go a different direction, sure. But you have to, like, you have to give me a reason to care. I'm not going to stand in your way. But I'm not going to go out of my way, like, in a huge, burdensome way to help you two. I just hate there's so much fraction build. I think a lot of people enjoy more Scream Distinctive people. It's really just about, like, how I like to think about it is, like, everything has become like a conspiracy theory. The only thing that matters is, like, I know I have the answers, and then to try to convince people that you have the answers. It's like the definition of motivated reasoning gone wild at a mass scale. So I won both of those. Cool. It's like everyone, like, is being fed these weird answers, and, like, the really complicated thing is there's so much, like, bad money. And when I say bad money, I mean money that's pushing the wrong ideas. Like, you have, like, billionaires pushing misinformation about climate change because they own shares or stakes in oil companies, and it's like, that's not right. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to pretend the facts aren't the facts just because you have a financial incentive not to. I don't think that's cool.
It appears not.
It's like that sort of stuff. So we're actually pretty close to winning. I just need to find the capital of this guy. Yeah, no, it's all weird and strange. For real, got about, thank you for participating. Thank you very much for showing up. Is elephants that OP because you're using the kind of modern era with cans and stuff? They're just handy to have around because they lower the combat strength of units. And, like, if you combine them together, they're still pretty strong, right? I'm not actually using the elephants to fight. I'm only using them to capture cities. You'll notice that the most damage thing that I'm doing is with bombard, so So at this point, I think the vast majority of my cities are just going to do this sort of stuff because I've already won the game. And now we're just closing out. Now you're really going to get mounts. You pass the ones you give me to get rolling. I agree with you that the caveat is that the story-focused games and political ideas were put into the game as a propaganda-like way and seem more important than the gameplay and fun. Yeah, but even analyzing those propaganda-like games, if that's what, like, if you're a person who's into story games, I feel like analyzing a game with an agenda is going to be more thought-provoking than some game that doesn't take a stance, right? It's going to be more interesting because you're going to be like, I actually disagree with this, and I'm going to play it out differently. Like, it's just, you know, and then you can, like, you're welcome to criticize them, but, like, don't act like the world is ending because one of the characters in an RPG is gay or something, you know what I mean? It's like, these things are, like, demonstrably not a problem. As an impressively early, it's not that early. It's an okay win speed, I would say. It's like reasonably fast. I got really lucky and I had like a really good start and I did a 4-city opener. I got lucky that I had an AI right beside me so I could do a 4-city conquest opener and he built a bunch of cities that I captured. So it was like, it was okay. It was an okay game. I like stances but not propaganda. I mean, I think propaganda is something you should be aware of. Because then you can start, like, okay, if you don't like propaganda, can you give me an example of a video game that had propaganda in it? You know what I mean? Like, that's something you gotta, like... If you say you don't like something, you gotta show me an example of it where it actually occurred. Because otherwise, you're more interested in saying you don't like it than actually fighting against something that exists, which tells me you have an agenda. Right? If people are always complaining about, like, and the good example is, like, the immigrants are taking our jobs. Well, like, when have the immigrants taken your jobs? I would like to see the evidence. Then you can kind of deduce from that, when they don't have any evidence, that it's really not about the immigrants taking the jobs, and it's really just about hating immigrants. Like, that's the fundamental idea there. It's just that is, like, a really easy sort of shoehorn belief that they're allowed to shout off. Every Tom Clancy nonsense has pro-military propaganda. Sure. Do we expect less or more than that? When they would like to say Conquest, there's no problems with gay or anything, but when the only interest because of sexual orientation, it's not really a standout character. That's a legitimate criticism. Like, that's a legitimate criticism. He's like, yeah, I don't really care about this character's sexuality or gender, but, like, this is the only facet of their character, and it felt shoehorned in. Like, that's a fair and legitimate criticism. But here's the problem. People take that criticism and say, this is the liberal agenda. This is the fall of civilization. This is, you don't buy my man pills because the feminists are taking... It's like, that's where we gotta, like, be like, bullshit alarm. You know what I mean? Am I doing a conquest victory? I'm just murdering everything. And the game has become trivial, so I'm just, like, reading chat now. I'm so far ahead that I could do whatever I want and still win. Do-do-do-do-do. Isn't part of quality right for gay characters to be bland? That's true. It's a fair point. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Gay characters can be bland. I retract my previous statements. Sometimes characters are just bad. And you know what? Sometimes writers are just bad at writing characters. It's a fair point. Nothing wrong with bland characters. It's a great point that I hadn't thought of. Now, you can make the argument that, well, if a character is bland, what the hell is it doing in the story? But you've got a point. These characters can be bland. But that just brings us to, why are there bland characters in the story? Was that an Alex Jones impression? I can neither confirm nor deny. My Alex Jones impression. City is surrounded. Can you please say the name of the city to Newt Newt? Done. So I'll probably take Todd Denny and then go looking for this guy's capital over here. Did I take France's capital? No, France is up here. So I need to take... Whose capital? I need to take France and Lautaro's capital. How have your bombards got 5 minutes? You know what? I'm playing India, and they got their special war declaration thing that gives their units extra movement. That's mainly it, actually. That's like the end of that sentence. Alright, so then we got to hit Lautaro and then France. Got it. He will piece me out in 4 turns. In the meantime, let us run our army west. Would you rather see a Civ expansion or a Civ 7? I'd like to see another expansion. I think the value that I get from expansion is just incredible. I think this game has a lot of life left. I think I'd really like to see them open up the DLL for modders. That would be like a huge step in this game's development. Because civilization games go through like 3 phases of development, right? There's the sort of launch era, then there is the sort of post-expansion era, and then there's the post-expansion modding boom, right? Once they release the DLL and all the mods have become really, really cool. And I kind of want to get to that post-expansion mod boom era. Right now we're in the sort of middle era where expansions are still being released, or at least it feels like that. To me, maybe I'm wrong. Almost have myself some oil. Some juicy, juicy oil. Also agree, create characters like Arcade, Veronica, and Fallout New Vegas instead of characters like Parvati and Outer Worlds are super bland. I didn't hate Parvati. I thought she was okay. Like I didn't think she was terrible. I think she was just like kind of naive. Well, I guess I just never really took the time to understand her perspective, really, is how I felt about Parvati. Because I was kind of like, I'm here to do my own shit. Be quiet, space wench, or something. I don't know. It's a good example of why Shy aware the snowballing is real. Yeah, like... This is why like people are asking, well, why don't you conquer cities then? If it's conquering cities makes the game so easy, why do you use the exploits? It's like, because it's turn 153 and I own the entire fucking map. Oh my god! Right click should not select units. Civilization developers, please! Fix that. That's the one thing. I would buy an entire expansion if it fixed that one thing. I'm just going to plug in something. It doesn't matter. Oh shoot, I actually needed that card to be different. It's fine. Giant map domination with Mali. See, this is just not fun. This is my problem. You guys make suggestions that are not fun. The bigger the game, like I don't really enjoy war that much because it's trivial and uninteresting to move units around a map. I much prefer science of culture games over domination, just because I find moving units to be like tedium incarnate. Okay, so we do have some oil. We will be able to get these bad boys upgraded. Oh, look at there. The game needs a fat buff. I don't think it's... I see people always go, well, the AI is just dumb. I don't think that's the issue. I don't think it's just that the AI is dumb. I think it's just like... the fundamental mechanics just make it hard for an AI, I feel like. Obviously, the AI isn't able to cope with them well. Maybe a more simpler approach would be just have the AI play by slightly different rules. So really, this is just about spamming out gold, because that's the only thing I need to sustain my army now. But the AI is dumb. I agree. Although sometimes they do intelligent things, but I'm not sure if that's just like random chance or if they actually did a smart thing. It's hard to tell sometimes. I have the corporate and everything. I wonder whether I walk back to 1 unit per tile, even more, and save 7. You can see more stacking to balance out. What would be really cool is if you could build like units like Lego, right? It sounds like a dumb statement. Let me flesh it out, right? If you could like combine, I don't know, like archers and horsemen to make horse archers, right? That you could just Lego your way to victory. That'd be neat. Or you could combine like spearmen and cavalry to make lancers. Like that would be cool. It'd be cool if you could just like combine basic sort of things. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Lego. Lego my ego? What is an ego? Sir. Please don't proposition me while I'm working. Oh yes, planes plus swords. Dude, sword planes. Give that man a job. Right now. But more, I was thinking like... I don't know what I'm thinking. What I want more than anything is for the Civilization developers to take their development chops towards a fantasy 4X game. I think they would do an incredible job. Hey, Lautaro. Wait, I can't do territorial expansion? I can against France. And then I'll use that war of territorial expansion against France to go to war. A colonial war on the Mapuche. No. Where's his capital? So I'll split the army up. I'll send 2 bombards this way, 2 bombards this way. I get surprised both at the amount of interaction that does go between writers and people all walk of life. You know, the queer people are just people, right? What, Harriet? What are you talking about? It's the GP you want that. If they do fantasy, I want to assume they do it in a futuristic world setting like Beyond Earth. That'd be neat. Okay, you've conquered the entire world, but because it took place, like, cool. I deserve this. No grievances. Districts are one of the main means the AI gets left behind. They're horrible at city planning. Warrior in tank to create some drunkards on the tank. I would like a post-apocalyptic 4X game. That would be neat. You got to build your units like Mad Max Fury Road. You got to scavenge and scrabble around for resources. Oh, 4X game in the Fallout universe. It's probably hard to do that, to be honest. Where is your capital? Reveal your secrets. Here's the thing. Like, in my opinion, the AI doesn't need to be like good for me to enjoy the game. It just has to be like okay. Like if the AI is okay, I'm having a good time. Like the AI presents Like, I don't know about you guys, but I don't play these games for like the challenge level. If that's the reason you play, then I can kind of understand that you're a bit disappointed about, oh my god, what are these warrior monks? Holy crap, they're strong. Too bad your city's made of paper. So are we near the end of the game? Yes, we are very, very near the end of the game. Very, very, very close to winning. I just have to conquer 2 more cities. First of all, I have to find them. I'm pretty sure the capital of the Lautaro is up here. The capital of France is somewhere in here. So once I find them, I will get to the Mering. There's Toulouse. We have found Toulouse. Golden Age Mapuche is tough. I mean, not when I'm literally 10 times more science than him. It's not that bad. It's just kind of annoying. He's like a little wasp, you know, scrabbling at my window. Die, potato! Thing is, I think the Civ AI was good enough. I just think, am I gonna start another Civ today? No. Typically, I want to keep it to like one stream per game and 1 Civ per stream. Just because it simplifies everything for the viewer when the VODs are uploaded later. That's really what it comes down to for me. Alright. My dream is one day I can make enough money to make my own crappy 4X games and stuff like that. Now that would be neat. Oh. Alright, just like Steve-O. Alright, let me go ahead and grab you, plug you in there. Loyalty is going to be a bit of an issue. But we can smash Toulouse. The prime directive is murder. Nagmapoo. Keep city. Keep city. Do you like Endless Legends? I really, really want to like Endless Legends, but I struggle to get into it. I need to spend more time with the game and really, really play it. It's kind of old now though, so maybe it's a bit kind of long in the tooth and maybe not worth my time. We'll see. Let's go ahead and make friends with Cahokia. At least Civ AI is better than Endless AI. Is the Endless AI really that bad? What really needs to happen is maybe there just be like some sort of scaling difficulty. I think there are a couple of ideas that you could work on to improve the AI to just make them appear intelligent, appear more intelligent. Because the AI, like in my opinion, the AI doesn't really need to be like super duper overwhelmingly amazing. It just needs to be good enough to offer a bit of a challenge to the player, like, and you know, not make the game completely trivial. There's a Star Trek mod. Star Trek mod. The French designed to like. Endless Legends just got a new expansion. They constantly work on the game still. Yeah, I'm blown away by that. The stable of unit stacking hit their AI really hard. That's why maybe army stacks should come back. What I thought was like in the early game. Was it the early game or the late game? In the early game, units should stack, like based on their unit weight. And then as you get later in the game, and as like each individual unit gets quote unquote heavier and has more people, because like armies start mobilizing, then units should have to start spreading out. So in like the early game, you would have like stacks, you know, skirmishing and battling their way back and forth, and it would be like a group of units, and your composition would matter. And then in the late game, you've got these huge like carpet armies just covering the map, going back and forth. I don't know. It's a tough problem to solve, like in a single conversation. It's a tough problem, I'll give them that. It ain't easy being cheesy. But bam. We have found Paris! Another DLC, but I'm sure if you would have as many viewers with it, I think people would be interested. Probably wouldn't get as many viewers because Civ seems to be the thing that I'm really built on. But I don't mind occasionally doing other games. It's not a. Well, let's be real. Sometimes you just get bored of the game that we're playing and want to see something different, right? And nothing wrong with that. It's just more of a craving. Although I actually just don't get bored of this game, which is weird. Normally I get really, really bored of games like really, really quick. But this game has really gripped my attention for an extended period of time, which is quite rare in my experience for games to do that for me. I'm not complaining, I'm just, So there's Ngulu Ramapu. We should be able to rip that down in a couple of turns. I might need to buy another melee unit. We'll see about that. If this guy gets chewed up, spit out by the war machine. Like these units over here, they're not necessary, so I'll just fortify them. So hopefully you guys understand why I wasn't building military, because they would have never made it to the front line. I agree. The stacks of Doom were boring. Stacks of Doom were boring, but if the composition of your stack, like maybe if you have more light cavalry in your stack, maybe they're better for looting, but they're kind of vulnerable to being caught by other light cavalry and spearmen or something. You know what I mean? Like you could have these interesting unit interactions.
Doesn't all.
Doesn't have to be all one way or the other. So I need to purchase myself a melee unit in here. I'll just grab a cuirassier. Holy crap, Paris is a tough nut to crack. But let me tell you, I've been cracking nuts since I was a wee lad. Probably should have upgraded these guys into artillery, but it is what it is. Cool. I wish they had an economic victory. Civ's the only one that had 3 expansions. Maybe. You never know. I think it would be really interesting if they did. Kind of change things up. When you hit the industrial area, will you be so far ahead that it's no longer fun? In this game? Dude, I'm like a handful of turns from winning. That ship sailed long ago. West James and East James. I think we gave up on renaming cities. We already winning. The hard thing about like explaining Civ to people is that like a lot of the stuff that I did back on like turn 60 matters right now. That's why I'm winning the game. But like you don't see the manifestation of that until like now, and the fact that I'm winning on turn 161. City is now surrounded. Shabam, shaboozy. Shaboo. What was the pro strat today? Do a 4-city settle into aggressive Varu push using our territorial war. Hopefully people will actually learn a lot from this one, because I think I showed a lot of really cool ideas about how you kind of chain your bonuses together with a coherent game plan based on the map that you're presented. Paris is going to be an absolute turd burglar of a city to take. Is turd burglar a slur? I don't know. This is the fun word to say, okay? Start next to Canada, stomp them with heffalumps. Yeah, basically, because I started next to Canada, I didn't have to invest in any early military, although I did invest in early military. But I didn't have to be defensive with them, which allowed me to understand my map position and develop a strategy to go poop on the rest of the world. I call my son Turd Burglar. I thought I made it up. Like, listen, if there's one thing I've learned in the world, that I personally have made up 0 things, and everything I know is stolen from someone else's knowledge. Let's get ourselves this artillery up. Although I will say one thing. I started saying fail. As anyone remembers, like, early 2000s, the word fail came into fashion in a big way. I started saying fail when I was, like, 6. Now, I'm not saying I started that fail trend, but I was definitely at the head of it. So I would have been like, it would have been like 1995 I started saying fail, and that shit got real popular. That shit got real popular in like the 2000s, and I was so mad because I knew it was going to go out of fashion. I wouldn't be able to use my catchphrase anymore. I was so mad about that. You think there will be a 3rd expansion? I think there's a possibility that there might potentially be a 3rd expansion in the books. Oh, no. I'm not going to give you a politician's answer. I think there will be. I'm calling a shot. I'm open to swing and a miss, all right? I think there will be another expansion.
I have always considered.
There you go. Call the shot. Let's see if it works. See how it plays out for me, all right? Call the shot. Maybe I miss. Maybe I hit. Who knows? Either way, I call the shot. The dog said fail when you were born. Rude, I know. You could try starting a game in the industrial era. I was born... That's all she wrote, folks.
Though its face may change throughout the ages, history is written from the hand of the victor. By your actions this day, you ensure our people a glorious tomorrow.
Did you play on a small map because you know you want to go for domination? Yes, I do not find domination on large maps to be fun because it just becomes tedious. Because there's a point in the game where you have more science, more cities, more army than anyone else, but you still have like 2 hours of grinding through people's cities to go. And I find the game is far more interesting on 6 to 8 players. How do you skip the command on units? I always click them individually, it's so frustrating. Okay. Listen up, guys. This is the most important piece of knowledge that I will ever impart onto chat. Okay? No, I killed all their capitals. You just have to capture their capitals and you win. Okay. Next time you start Civilization 6, I want you to go into game options. I want you to go into key bindings. I want you to change the next action button to like Z. I have it as Z. Okay. And what I can do then is if I have a whole bunch of units that I know I don't care about, I just press Z and spacebar. Like I just bounce between them. I just bounce between Z and spacebar, and then like I could just cycle through units incredibly quickly. How do I show this? So like, let me load up my autosave here. I like to keep my mouse for very specific functions that aren't related to like certain. I don't like using my mouse for hotkeys. My left hand has an array of buttons that it can press, and I should use all of them. So let me show you how quickly I can cycle through my units because I have this hotkey.
But at what cost? Our competing ideas of how to govern and how to live.
I owe you a beer for that one.
Bring conflict on a global scale.
All right, let me show you.
Your own path through this rising din. The best steel.
Okay, but here's the really important thing. the next unit. This isn't the next unit key, right? That's these keys. This is my next unit key, right? You can see how I'm passing through units. Okay, this is the next action key, which is different from the next city key, right? This is my next city key. I can cycle through all of my cities one by one, and this is really useful. If there's a building that's really important to my empire, I can cycle through all of my cities and make sure, oh, I need a university here. I can just kind of quickly cycle through. And because I have a lot of knowledge of the game, I can kind of quickly pick out which cities, like I just saw a library in here. I can kind of, at a glance, in only a couple of frames, pick out which cities I need to mess with. All right, anyway. So this key, what it does is it just basically clicks on this bottom right area of the screen for you. That's what the next action key does. So I don't have to go down here with my mouse. I could just click this. This will pop up. Then I know, all right, I'm going to interact with this. Like, well, what's my next technology? That one. Then I go choose production. Bam. All right, I'm going to get that. And then I go here. All right, yeah, that's fine. I press Z. Bam. And then I'm like, oh, I know I don't need to move any of these units. So I'm just going to spam Z and spacebar. And there you go. My turn is over. So that's how, like, playing quickly. Like, I completed a 160 turn domination game in 3 hours. And it's largely because I used that Z hotkey, right? It's just the most important hotkey in the game for me. Anyway. That's it. We won. And so that's partially why I don't really like domination. The game is over far too quick, and you win, like, aeons before you actually get the payoff. Like, I won that game on turn, like, I don't know, 80 or something. But I had to play another 160 turns. Doodle-doo, 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 doo-doo-doo. Domination is only okay. Draw James. How you doing? Why do you have a WoW shortcut on your desktop? Because I played WoW. I don't play it much, but I play it, you know, whenever the mood strikes or a new expansion comes out, or like WoW Classic came out, I just kind of give it a ramble, right? Because it's kind of fun to screw around in. It's not James, it's Chad. How you doing? Question mark. Somebody requested a sombrero for James. James now has un. That's French. Un? Fuck, wait, what is the Spanish for one? Oh god, I've forgotten all of my Spanish words. Draw Mexico? I don't know, it looks kind of like this or something, right? It's like... That's... Well, let me... It's more like... It's kind of like this. And it comes down this way. And then there's like a little thing that goes this way. Kind of, and then I remember there's like a little nub. It looks kind of like that, right? I feel like that's close. Maybe I gave Mexico more land than it deserves. Yeah, I kind of gave it like maybe Mexico should end like here. So I gave Mexico too much land, okay? Let's fix that. Mexico looks like this. Mexico. That's Mexico, right? Oh, I forgot its nub. I forgot the nub. Baja California, how could I forget the nub? I even thought about the nub. Hold on. I shall return the nub to Mexico. There you go. Gabrielle, I don't need your lip right now, okay? And it's called the nub. Baja California is the colonial name. Pronounced Baja? Baja? Yeah, that's fair. It's called... Where's my mouse? Oh god, it's over here. The... Nub. Baja? England is just a wonky rectangle? You're right. No, it's definitely called Baja California. I even thought about it. I was like, wait, does Mexico have all of the nub? Or does it own, like... I couldn't remember if, like, they had all of it or just, like, this bottom part. Like, just this bit. Couldn't remember. Draw a pencil. Oh, it's okay. It's coming together. I'm going to cheat with my lines. No. There, I've drawn a pencil. Just the two. Do you spell bread with a U like the French? Like, wait, how do you spell bread with a U? Bread? Brute? Oh my god, I keep forgetting the R. Bread? Le bread. I thought it was pan. Yeah. Isn't it pan au chocolat? Is like chocolate croissant or something? Pan. Who knows what Wyoming looks like? Okay. I'm pretty sure I got like an 80% chance of being right if I just draw a rectangle. Because like there's a good amount of US states that are just rectangles. This is Wyoming. Unless Wyoming is the chef's hat that looks kind of like this. Did I fucking... I knew it was a rectangle. What, isn't Wyoming just a rectangle? I'm not even from America. I got it right. Then now you're on their sliced secrets. Oh no. The bread Illuminati, New World Sandwich. World Sandwich. I remember there was a great thing that was done. They put a slice of bread on the periapsis and apoapsis of the earth, so you made an earth sandwich. But I feel like that doesn't count because I feel like a sandwich is only a sandwich if the bread can somewhat contain the thing that is inside the bread, right? I don't feel like... you can't just put like a dog in between two slices of bread and be like, I made a dog sandwich. Like, this is inedible, okay? First of all, you can't pick it up. All right. Second of all, the dog isn't cooked, and there's hair everywhere. So I made sure you made an earth sandwich. Ooh, but you gotta make it like a thing. You gotta, I don't know. This is the good part. You're right. You guys are allowed to ask me anything, including if you want me to draw things. The Sandwich Islands would be the hub of the bread conspiracy. But a burger doesn't need the buns to touch. No, the buns don't need to touch. The bread doesn't need to touch. It just needs to be like the bread, the sandwich bread part of the sandwich needs to be mechanically able to at least like contain the items inside the sandwich, I feel, in order for it to qualify as like a proper sandwich. If you staple a piece of bread onto a tree in the forest, does it really exist? No, because bread doesn't exist. That's the second level of the conspiracy. Draw your favorite Civ leader? Sure. This is the question mark. Because I don't have a favorite Civ leader. Am I the only person who writes cursive in Paint because it just feels natural? It's like, if I go like, I don't know, hell, oh, whereas I can just be like, hello. Would you do a disaster live stream? Notice you sometimes have to restart. You know what? It's actually a good idea. That's actually a really good idea. I like that idea. I will maybe do that. Maybe we'll do like a review of save files. Someone is partying in the background. My brother is playing guitar. Taylor, I can't cursive with my human hands. I can't imagine cursiving in Paint with my bloody mouse. Right, James, in Times New Roman? No. 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 How do I... That's why global warming exists. We're cooking the earth in order to make a proper earth sandwich. Shit, he's onto us, guys. Close down all the coal factories, find Jan Eric Kiddock, and induct him into our organization. That means Georgia then, because it always what Potato gets when he wants to random. I like the disaster save file stream idea. There should be a Texas civ. Texas just always wants to be a part of everything. They just want to be their own way. Is the game finished or was it part one? Game is finished. We did it in one and done. Stu Ward, if I send you photos from my wedding from my wedding to my ex, would that count as a disaster save? Yes, but I wouldn't share that publicly, personally speaking. Potato McSippy. Hey, Joe figured it out. Nice one, Joe. Is that it? Is that all she wrote? No more things wanting to draw? I know Texas is weird look. Wait, where's my mouse? Texas is weird looking because it's like... it looks kind of like that-ish. That's the kind of shape I'm going with. Let's find out. Texas. I feel like I was pretty close. I maybe should have done this a little bit more. And then this should have been like less aggressive. But I feel like I was pretty close. And maybe this should have had a little swoop on it. But I feel like I was pretty close from memory. about a subdivision of a country I don't live in. Kermit the Frog? I don't even remember what he looks like. But I know he has like a mouth. This is like the worst Kermit in the universe. This is Kermit the Frog. I know he has like little tassels on his hands. Oh my god, what if Kermit had legs? Kermit does have legs, don't be stupid, potato. That's his cape. Kermit the Frog. What happened to India? We won the game. PDF is books, JPEG is images. Is the game finished? It's finished. Alright. My Little Pony. Draw some fire around him. Kermit the Destroyer. The Kermit is better than I could do. Listen, I'm bad at art. Alright. Wait. See if we can make him green. Kermit the Frog needs to be green. I've lost my mouse. My screen resolution is so hot. God damn it, where's the hole? We gotta find the mole that's releasing the paint. It's over here. Kermit the Frog. Oh, now he just looks awful. Undo. Control Z. Undo. Okay. I'm not doing My Little Pony. I don't watch that show. I don't know anything about it. All I know is that like weird people watch it. Looks like plankton. Draw stonks. That one's easy. You just do like, you get a brush. You go up, down, up. You're going to make this thicker. You're going to make this thicker. And then you make this the thickest. And then you make this an arrow. Shunk, shunk, shunk. You connect this to here. You connect this to here. Connect this to here. And then you fill with black. Mexico has kind of taken a bite out of it. What does the A to Z mean? Tune in next time to find out. I love you all. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you so very, very much. Thank you guys for watching and supporting and subscribing and doing all the cool things that you guys do. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.